Another long time.
Hey, welcome everybody to Sunshine Shoulders Moonshine Shoulders. Happy hour. I'm Calvin.
I'm John. This is the Brownout special. I thought that was hilarious.
I want to thank the NTZ crew. I see LaVon White on here.
He's always here.
What's up, Robert Dame? Daryl Fulmore. Hell, I may have to make Daryl a member of the
I think you should. He's a good
NTZ.
man. I see.
3/4 of them quit. I think JH quit over the damn
infrastructure. Nah, he's still.
Hey, Jacob Tanji. I don't see him. But I
Jason.
did. What's up, Jason Flint? I did see something about that infrastructure. Actually, if you go to the World Travel Forum, they do a travel and tourism competitiveness study every year. And actually, for the ground infrastructure, the Philippines and Thailand was neck and neck. The airport infrastructure, Thailand was a little bit higher. Now, where they were most highest was the tourism infrastructure was a whole lot better. But hell, they get 40 million tourists a year.
I've never been to Thailand, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
JH has. But I will say, in my opinion, the speaking of English here in the Philippines would trump all for me. Me.
But the point I'm trying to make is it didn't deter me. If somebody would told me, man, the Philippines, their infrastructure is not that good. Once I'd have made up my mind I'm coming, the infrastructure wouldn't have deterred me from coming over here. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not important.
You know why I came. I don't care about roads.
Hey, Jacob Tanjay, what's going on, brother?
Good man.
Yusuf Habib, he said, good morning, Calvin. Good morning, John.
Chick magnet. Yeah. I actually yesterday I was a chick magnet to a lady boy. That was something else.
Jason Flint said, damn, wild cutting. What did he say? What happened? What happened about Daryl?
Why y'all cutting that Daryl? Well, I didn't see what he said
either.
Daryl's a good guy. He never says nothing
bad
about nobody.
Mr. Vegas said, Moonshine's looking extra white today. Well, he always does because of his camera situation.
Yesterday, I saw a Filipino that was whiter than me, and I couldn't believe that. She must be really hitting the bleach.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. It's that, what they call that? What's that called?
I don't know about the IV stuff, but the whitening cream.
Yeah,
she was hitting it hard.
It's the same thing. Glutathione. It's the same thing. It's just you getting it pure straight into the vein.
I mean, that can't be good for you.
Well, it's not.
It can't be.
Hey, Jacob Tanjay, he says, your world, we're living in it. I remember, what's your name? I said that when I first, when Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker was at the top of his game as a boxer, I was in Norfolk, Virginia, his hometown. And that's what he said. They had a parade for him, as a matter of fact. What's going on, Cornelius Mack? He said his two favorite YouTubers.
Well, thank you.
He's got.
I appreciate that.
He was down in Sikihoy. He took his girlfriend there. They had a good time.
I heard it's gorgeous there. I've never been.
There's Road to the Philippines. Danny, he set an all-time record for the most videos made in a 3-week period.
I know.
He said, on the old hamster wheels we speak. Wow, Sunday?
Well, I used to work Sundays. I work 7 days a week.
Yeah. Wow.
So tomorrow your panel is going to be about getting on and off the hamster wheel. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Hey, Rock Attacks, thanks for the super sticker. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But I'm going to have a couple of ballers on there, too. I'm going to kind of mix it up. We're off the hamster wheel, but people who are really living good over here. Because one of my panelists lives up in BGC area.
I'll be honest with you.
Bonifacio, Global City.
I think both of us live good here. Maybe I'm a
simple
man.
Saying, some people live better than others, and that's your, that's what you want to do. I mean, his rent is 100,000 pesos a month.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
I see Ismail here said the funny thing is Westerners like the brown-skinned Filipinos. That is, I tell everyone I meet that.
Yeah, but I think it's like a class thing.
It is, because if you're dark, that means you work out in the sun every day.
Well, not that. I think that kind of, it's so competitive over here. They use any little thing they can to move up, get a better job. Because, John, you know that job postings over here will have fair skin.
Fair skin. They'll have ages. They'll have weight on them. I mean,
It'll shock.
it won't cut things. If you, as an employer, did that in the U.S., they'd shut you down.
Of course, they shut you down.
Would
They
shut
sue you. They sue you and everything. Plus, it's age discrimination over. If you're over 30, these things they say 18 to 30.
And the girls have to wear makeup that work at the malls and stuff, which regular Filipinos don't wear makeup.
Felix Agbessi, thanks for the super sticker. Buddy. Yeah. Hey, Clip and Rue, they've got their new one. I think it's a live stream. I don't know if it's a live stream or video. It says what to expect when the Philippines open. I'm gonna take a look at that clip.
I need to also.
I want to see what you're talking about on there.
I'm glad Cliff and Rue has joined us. I tell you what, their posts all make sense. I enjoy them.
Well, he's living it. You know, he's boots on the ground. You got to respect that. He's not over in Florida talking about the Philippines.
And he's got a beautiful young Panay.
Yeah, Robert Dame says, got in a T-bone and missed my pro debut. January 1984 at the Phoenix Civic Auditorium.
Audit time.
Yeah. Papa Kiko says, good morning, Dream Team. 36 days left. Wow. We're going to celebrate that, Papa
tomorrow.
Kiko. Let us know. No.
In 36 days. Yeah, let us know.
I'm going to buy a cake.
I'll be honest with you. I actually missed working for a long time.
Well, because you've been off for 3 years.
Well, no, I
missed it up now.
I missed it more in the beginning than I do now.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to it now.
Because a lot of times, man, if I would have thought to just jump off the hamster wheel every now and then to take a break, maybe I wouldn't have got burnt out the way I was. But hell, I never even thought about that.
Well, you got to understand, my situation, I worked 2 and 3 jobs for 40 years. I didn't have no friends. I mean, I didn't go do nothing. I worked. And then when you go from 100% to zero, it's a change.
Yeah. What's up, Robert Morris? Naughty Bike Rider said, let's discuss the call centers in the Philippines. Is this an individual or company that's based in the Philippines? Companies. It's a lot of U.S. and Western corporations that have brought their call centers over here to the Philippines. It's replacing India as the call center, capital, because Filipinos speak more
better English.
Yeah, that you can understand them.
Well, I know. Better. Now, with Western Union, I was getting flagged for like 6 months. So every time I sent myself money, I'd have to call. And it was something because I would talk to them a little bit and say, hey, I'm actually in the Philippines. Where are you from? I talked to 2 that was in Bacolod. I talked to a bunch of them in Manila. And that was about it. But a lot of them work from home.
Haitian government said, Cal, you look like you gained some weight. I have. Well, it's 10 days I haven't worked out, but hell, I don't care.
Well, I'll tell you
I'm over here. They don't care what I look like over here, Haitian gunman.
I watched your video that you did at the Maiawani yesterday. You got some guns on you, buddy.
Yeah. And, it don't take long, man, to get back in shape. As long as I'm alive, Haitian gunman, I've got a chance. Retired 2019.
There he is.
Thanks for the super chase. Said next Sunday I'll be celebrating 2 years off the hamster wheel.
I'm looking forward to hearing your story tomorrow.
Yeah, we want to hear. I've got a guy, he said, what you eating? Every damn thing over here, really. But to be honest with you, I've been drinking Coke here lately. I normally don't drink Coke.
I'm drinking
because
Coke.
when I'm out different places, they don't have my water. I get Coke. You
can get Coke here in the cans. You can get Coke here in the bottles. You can get Coke in plastic bottles. Calvin told me this in the beginning, and I had to do a taste test. The ones in the bottle do taste better, and they use real cane sugar here. The good. Coke here is delicious.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
Mr. Vegas said Citibank has a call center in the fields. I got into a nice conversation with a peanut while clearing up a customer service matter a few weeks ago. She sounded sweet.
Worst part is she probably looked even better than she sounded.
My bank that I do, Fifth Third, their call center's here. When you call the United States, you're actually calling the Philippines.
And like I say, for about 6 months, I had to call a lot. And some were very hello. In other words, they were just all business. But
he says, when you first moved to PI, did you feel remorse, sadness, regret at first? I didn't. Now, the longer you're here, sometimes you get homesick and stuff like that. But
I was
No.
so excited about these young
Yeah.
panais here. Never. How much rum is in that Coke, John? Actually, it's wine. I figure if wine is good enough for Seth, it's good enough for me. But wine is about the same. It's all imported here. It's about the same price as U.S. I got the box of wine. It was about $16. That's for 3 liters. That's about what it is in the U.S.
Caveman C says, run away from the Coke in cans. Glass is better.
It is. It tastes delicious.
It tastes a whole lot better.
And like I say, they use real cane sugar here because they produce sugar here. The sugar here tastes better than any I've had before.
Malcolm Magnificent says, I'm starting to think I'm way uglier than I think. I'm a 36-year-old guy. I go on a date in Asia and I can't meet any girls.
Where at in Asia?
Date in Asia.
Oh, the website?
Yeah, well, you got to understand. You got to understand. That's like the bottom of the barrel anyway, because it's free. You know, I wouldn't feel too bad about that. Ain't nothing but a bunch of scammers on there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you can meet a good one once in a while, but it's hit and miss.
You used to say Pepsi's hard to find. Not really.
You can find it
at the mild wine. They actually
that's what they
have
carry?
switched over.
Okay.
From Coke to Pepsi. They do the same thing here that they do in America.
But I tell you what, the most popular soft drink here is Mountain Dew by far.
Yeah,
I see everybody drink it.
That's a Pepsi.
Is it Pepsi? Okay.
Product. And they do the same thing here, guys, that they do in America. You know, Pepsi and Coke.
Competitors, if you take one, that's all you can sell.
Yeah, well, they work together, though. Remember, if you notice, they're never on sale at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You go into Coke, they're working together.
Well, that don't surprise
They're in collusion.
me. Well, they probably price fix with each other, too.
Yeah,
we just don't know about
That's what I'm saying. They're saying, if you go in Kroger today or any grocery store, if Coke is on sale, Pepsi's not going to be on sale, and vice versa.
Okay. Roy's got a good one here. The blind cripple crazy is true. I mean,
yeah, it is.
But you can't not say nothing to nobody. You have to make the first move. You have to say hello. You have to make a little small talk. Now, Calvin,
you got to realize that they're part of that 3.5% to 4% that have already said they would date you.
And Calvin said this before. 3.5%. What? 2 million women. You cannot. I agree with him. You cannot have every woman here, but there are many, many willing participants. Trust me.
Freddie Sanders, thanks for the super chat. He said at home doing the hamster wheel shuffle. Jason Flint said, Calvin, someone keeps deleting comments from at Duro Formo. I thought he was part of NTZ. I thought he was cool. What mod went rogue? Somebody's on here, see, but
all faking him.
No. Somebody's deleting comments. I don't know who it is. I don't know who got in, but see, that's what my moderators are supposed to do. I can't
I see.
Keep up with that and try to keep the conversation and show going. But Jason Flint, you're exactly right. Somebody got in here, and they're doing that. They went rogue on me. It happened before. We were sitting up here talking. Some guy was coming through here.
I remember
putting
that.
everybody in time out and erasing stuff. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because Daryl Fairmore is one of our good guys.
He said, okay, maybe it's Daryl then. Oh, man, that's crazy.
I did not say anything.
Quintessential, let's see. Wait, here it is. Quintessential 1 says, also T-Mobile support is in the Philippines. Yes, a lot.
Manny.
If you go to Cebu, IT Park, you've probably never been there. It's really a nice place.
I've heard it's like that.
You come there, go there. Restaurants, clubs, and everything. It's a lot of those places there. Call centers there.
Isn't that neighbor that's on here? Doesn't he work in a call center? Your neighbor does.
Well, he works at home.
Yeah,
but he works for a call center. Yeah,
I know we have at least one call center here in San Carlos, and I met a guy in Dumaguete that worked at a call center. So there's quite a few here.
Paul Thorne Jr. said, Calvin, I agree with you that you should not sell for anything less than what you want. I want a beautiful, sweet, very dark-skinned virgin daughter of a deserving Jungle Village family. And if that's what you want, it may take you a little bit longer to find it.
It'll take you a while, but that's actually what I got. So it is possible.
But these aren't the type we want, Keith Jenkins. He says, P9 women all over California. No. We want the original. We don't want the crispy. Well, that's the crispy.
The research I did, it's off the internet. So, I mean, the facts the figures we give you off the internet, take them with a grain of salt. what I read was American divorces are 50%. Any couple in the U.S. gets married, but Panay and American guys get married, it's only 20%. So take it for what it's worth.
But you got to realize, John, some of them like me are separated. They're not divorced. So
I agree.
They only go for people who've actually filed divorce.
I agree.
Who actually got a divorce.
You have, but that's the only figures we got to go by. It don't mean they're right.
Hey, JLM, thanks for the super chat. He said, Calvin, how did you shape your mind to experience your reality, the process? Well, you know, a lot of things, as you get older, John, a lot of the things you were taught,
you find out
you're confronted with it. And it takes courage to do that. You either got to, you know, continue to believe in Santa Claus or not. You know, you just make that decision on your own, you know. But my life, Jim and JLM, is based on reality. It's what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. It's not something somebody told me. You know, I don't believe in Santa Claus. I don't believe in the Easter Bunny.
No Easter Bunny.
And I see how all that stuff connects to this other stuff. If they get you to believing in that, then it's easy for you to believe in this white man with a beard in the sky watching and looking down in your bedroom at night. You see what I'm saying? Let's not get into that. But
yeah, no religion, no politics.
I'm just telling you though. If you can believe that there's purple dinosaurs that's talking and dancing,
well, I saw Barney. It's true.
Hey, you know, the white man with a long big beard and he's sitting there. He ain't got nothing else to do, by the way.
A white man from Israel.
Yeah, you know,
that's not
got nothing else to do though.
Yeah,
it's this tiny planet he built in this big gigantic universe. You know.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I build my own reality, and I don't care what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
I have my own world.
That's right. We all have our own world.
As long as I'm paying my own way.
He said, "Hi guys from South Carolina."
South Carolina, beautiful state.
Is this the Jerry McLeod that I met in Bacala? That went back home.
Didn't he have a pizza place or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if this is the one.
I want to believe in Santa Claus. Brian Nichols is a good man.
He says that system dumbs you down big time. Yeah. Jason Flint says, how about them Trader Joe's watching the stream but don't log in anymore and only get the thumbs down button? Stop the madness. Yeah. It's funny that 44% of my views come from people who are not subscribed to me.
Really?
It's 44%? It's free to subscribe, by the way, but they won't subscribe. I guess they don't want me to have the numbers that, you know, some of these other bloggers got.
As long as they watch, who cares?
Yeah, as long as they watch, who cares? But that's the only thing I can come up with because, okay, if I've got 23,000 subscribers right now, 44%, that would put me over 40,000 subscribers. Maybe they don't want me way up there like that, John. I don't know. That's just in my mind.
I wonder if the other channels are the same way, because if some of the ones that have like 50,000 subscribers, they still get 44% that don't subscribe. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
But a guy sent me an email. He kind of explained it to me, and I won't say it on here, but he kind of explained it to me. He said, you know, Caveman C says, it's okay to destroy Father Christmas, but remember, Caveman and the Easter
Caveman see a couple of pictures of my exes there. I don't know what he thought about them.
Curtis Eugene Thomas said they're hating on you, Calvin. Maybe that's part of it, but you know,
if 44% are hating,
that's a lot. That's a lot of people, though, John.
Views count.
I was shocked. Yeah, they reward you by views, but I'm saying 44%, John.
That blows my mind.
That's a lot, man. I couldn't believe it.
Somebody said something about Amish here.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, get after him.
Joshua Mason said some people don't subscribe because they want their family wife seeing that. They don't subscribe because they want their family.
Oh, to see that they're have a subscription to your channel. Maybe.
I don't know.
Where's the one about the Amish here? There, right there. Pop. Hoopai. Sunshine. Hey, Calvin, Sunshine Shoulders. Do you think an average Amish person or Amish Filipino was surviving in the Philippines, or if you were Amish yourself? Just thought. I lived in Holmes County, Ohio. The largest concentration of Amish in the world is Holmes County, Ohio. Everybody says Lancaster, but it's not. I got divorced in Holmes County. First thing the lawyer told me was, we don't know how to handle divorces. I said, what do you mean? You're a lawyer. He said, because we're 90% Amish and they don't get divorced. I knew I was in for a rough ride. But would Amish survive here? Yeah, they can survive anywhere.
Well, they would survive because they're more in tune with this basic, simple lifestyle.
They know how to fish. They know how to
They
clean
know how to
the
build
fish.
their own houses.
They can build a house.
They don't get divorced. Like
They don't
you
get
said.
divorced.
They keep to themselves, mind their own business.
Pretty much.
You know, it's just basically what it is. So yeah, they would survive here. But I don't understand what he's saying. Some people don't subscribe because they want their family.
If your wife or somebody would get on there and say, you subscribe to Sunshine, or you think about running off to the Philippines and get a panay, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. Yeah. Jason Kincaid says they automatically unsubscribe us. I don't know how they do that. But something's going on because a lot of people, they say that, you remember you used to tell me, you say, man, Calvin, what happened to my comment?
Yes. And I still get that once in a while.
You removed it.
But
and I said, no, John, I'd never do that. I said, I guess it's like a tag word or something that you might have used that in YouTube. I get that a lot. And see, some guy said, that's the reason I unsubscribed because
you keep erasing my.
He said he thought that I was deleting his comments, and I said, man, I would never delete a comment. I'm telling you guys.
Well, you might if it's bad, but I mean,
if it's bad,
it's a good one.
If you're attacking me or somebody else, I'm going to delete it. But other than that, I wouldn't do it.
And I found on other channels before I got my car, and didn't have nothing to do that.
JLM said this is the best channel for realness because that's all,
Neither one of us is going to lie to you. I mean, we might be wrong. Come back later and say, hey, I'm wrong.
And remember, it's not about what I'm saying. It's what you believe. See, I'm just telling you guys what I believe. And you just so happen to believe a lot of the same things.
I sent Calvin an overlay of the state of California and the Philippines. I was thinking the Philippines is like Hawaii, like 3 little islands all grouped together. The Philippines is very vast. It would stretch with the water from about the middle of Oregon down to northern Mexico. So we're telling you about the central Visayas here. But if you're up there in northern Luzon, Phil Cooper could, if he gets on here, it's probably different there. They got different, 170 different languages. It's vast.
Well, see, there's a guy that's going to be on the panel tomorrow. He lives up that way. He knows a lot about it. And then I'm going to tell him to explain to my viewers what's available up there in Angeles City. And while we're on the topic of Angeles City, I got some bad news. There was a couple, a foreign couple killed there. They were working for this realty company. Their boss either died or was killed back in August. And then they ended up getting killed. October 16th was the last Facebook post.
Didn't you say what? The man got killed first, then the
man
wife?
got killed first. From what I'm reading in the screenshots and everything, he was doing some shady real estate deals up there in Angeles City, up in that way, taking people's deposits, and they wasn't getting anything back. But this young couple, they look like Generation X. They were working for him, renting properties, selling properties, getting deposits and stuff like that. Well, they killed him first, and then I guess they killed them too.
Well, while we're on that, Calvin doesn't want to talk, and we won't talk too much about the motorcycle tandem here in San Carlos. We had one 12 feet from my apartment shootings and one about 10 days later. Now, there's been no foreigners involved in any of this. We've had about 8 this year that I know about. There might be more because I don't see a lot about them. But just remember, guys, come over here, stay away from drugs, don't get into politics, and don't get into any business dealings, and you'll be fine. We know guys that's lived here for 25 years in the neighborhood. They don't have no problems. Just stay away from that crap.
Curtis Eugene Thomas said, hey, what's up, Calvin and John? I see Thailand is open now. I would take a vacation over there next May till the Philippines opens up. That's about right, because some guy I see said that he says he thinks the Philippines will open. Here it is.
I agree with that.
Anthony. I think the Philippines open June 22nd when there's a new government. Then the mad rush of raising costs will stabilize. December 2022, that's maybe a good time to go there.
But
Cal, what you say?
The new government might be like what I'm seeing in the Western countries. As long as you say no, well, then you can't be blamed. That's safe. If you say, yeah, then the cases go up, well, then you're in trouble. So we'll see. But I agree. I think Jim.
I kind of thought the same way, but I kind of thought the opposite. I thought it would be open now because politics doesn't work the same way over here. If I was in America, they would open it up to make that party look good. Give them the credit for opening it up.
We saved everybody.
Yeah, getting the economy back going and everything. I thought it was going to do something like that, but Peter Anthony, I have to agree with you. He said, I think the Philippines will open June 6th after the new government goes in. I think they will.
It may be. Don't put this one on, but Yosef, I agree. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that.
What?
But don't put it up there. I want it to be a surprise. I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a big joke of ours.
Oh, okay. Philip Cooper says, yeah, I'm here watching you guys, John. Well, I wonder why you can watch us, Phil, but then when we bring you on the show, we can't get it.
My internet, when I first got it, man, it was great. $20 a month. But now, since all this actually playing, I have trouble. Some days it's perfect. Other days I can watch but not answer, so I understand. But Phil Cooper, I was really disappointed we couldn't hear from you. I'd like to know the differences of like Northern Luzon versus Mindanao, Southern Mindanao.
Well, I'm going to send him the link again because he's off the hamster wheel.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to Phil. He's a good man. Been with us a long time.
Okay. Jeremy McLeod. This isn't the one. He said, no, hey guys, no, it's not. Never been there trying to educate myself before making any mistakes trying to come there. Well, I would say come first and just, see if you like it.
Well, but I agree with him. Watch us, because that's my goal of being on here. If I can save one person from one mistake I've made, it's worth it to me. Number one, don't let your U.S. driver's license expire. Get them before they expire. Trust me.
Hey, Simply Actors, welcome, you and your husband. He said, John, you're right. As a foreigner, enjoy your retirement. Live life and stay away from Filipino business.
Yeah, no, that's...
I don't know why anybody would want to come over and start a business anyway.
But like I told you earlier today, when I first went to Southern Lady, very remote, I thought, well, heck, if I could get a little bit of business going, give some people some work, I don't care if I make any money. I'd be a big shot. It'll all be cool. But then I found the realities here. Just stay out of it. If you want to help people, just give them some food once in a while.
Flip and Rue, thanks for the super chat. Said, Calvin, your experience provides insight. I think you're real and spirits people. I don't edit arguments with Rue because it's real. I don't edit comments
keep
either.
It real.
Unless they're attacking me or something.
Well, I mean, you get guys come on there, Calvin, you suck, you're full of crap. Well, I get rid of that.
Joshua said, Calvin, what's the house update? Well, the fire department has inspected and passed us. Engineering department, all we have to do now is take the paperwork, and which he's going to do today, to NECO. And then, buy whatever it is we need. And then hopefully, man, I can get in there by the end of this week. Now, that would be great.
If he does that, that's good. My the caretaker of my apartment building, it took him almost 4 months to get his.
Pirate says we're all the hottest dark.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
If you get a Filipino that you think's attractive, just tell her to quit using the whitening soap and put her umbrella away. She'll be dark. I see people every day in town here darker than Calvin. They are naturally dark.
Of course. I mean, look how hot it is every single day. And you don't get a break. It's either hot and dry or hot and wet.
And I tell every Filipino, Western guys like brown women. I know I do.
Except if they're in the United States, then they don't like them. But they come over here, they like brown people.
I'd like them in the U.S.
Mr. Most Scientific said, hey, I chatted with Gail. She's a good person.
Yes, she is.
Gail, he was just talking about Gail today and how legitimate
she is. Yes. I would be proud to have her as my daughter.
I would too.
I'm proud of the daughter I have.
But Mr. Most Scientific, he's the guy, him and his daughter, coming up with the Sunshine Shoulders cartoon strip.
I want to see
comic strip, rather. Hey, Bravo 29, congrats. Yeah, we passed it. We had to buy fire extinguisher and
really?
Yeah, the smoke detector. Yeah.
There are so many laws here that are not enforced. Why do they enforce that one?
But I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, remember I took up asked for help for those victims of that fire.
Yes.
If they would have had a smoke detector in that squatters area, they would have. A lot of people would have been able to
get out.
That, okay. But I'm saying.
But how many died?
But I'm saying I don't know. But I'm saying, John, We don't know because they didn't have it. The
Yeah,
smoke comes first a lot of times before the fire, right?
I say.
What you think, Hollywood baby? This is our first. It's our favorite fireman from Atlanta. A smoke detector, is it smoke first or the fire first? I'd say smoke a lot of times.
Right.
Because a lot of people, by the time they realized the place was on fire, it was too late. They had to just get out to save their lives.
And that's the thing. The firemen, they just try to keep it from spreading. They're not coming to save your house. It's already gone.
Right. Yusuf Habib said, if I go to the Philippines, I definitely want to meet Calvin John. Yeah, come on, man.
I would love to meet you.
Carl Vaughn said they have a new PCR saliva test I took yesterday, fast results. Wow.
But is it accurate? Because what the current ones are like 50% accurate. That scares me.
Who said that? Who said they're 50% accurate? See, that's the kind of stuff I don't believe.
Well, it may not
that's
be.
That's kind of stuff that scares people.
I've read that on some of the sites, but once again, I read it on the internet. Is it true?
Yeah. Roger, hey, that's my neighbor. You talking about?
Oh, okay.
He said, I think the perfect time to enjoy our life when we retire. We can do whatever we want, but our time is way limited. Good morning, he says.
Good morning, Roger.
Well, if I could have retired at 25, Roger, I would have retired at 25. I would have.
I don't know if I would have or not.
I would have. Some people like to work.
Yeah. Actually, I enjoyed working.
Well, but you can work for yourself. I'll work.
Well, I did
and
that too.
Volunteer. I'm saying.
If I was in the U.S. now, I'd probably be a Walmart greeter. I think it'd be fun.
JLM said, "Do you play your old school music in your house?" I did. I always do. I use this. And my phone, I've got my Spotify, because I don't listen to the radio, man. I don't listen to this new music.
Well, there's too much talk on the radio stations here.
Well, I mean, even in America, it's just, what music you want to listen to.
Well,
at least back in the day, even they'll play the new music and the old music. Now they just play the new music. They don't play old music. Because I was thinking about a remark you made the other day. I was talking about songwriters, and you said all the greatest songwriting team of all time was McCartney and
Lennon.
Yeah, but how would you know, John? Listen, let me finish. Let me finish. You were 10 years old when the Beatles split up. You're going by what somebody else said. You couldn't appreciate what they were doing at 10. I was 7.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
I'm saying I was talking about John, but anyway, that's the reason why we were able to like their music, because even though they were playing the up-to-date stuff, they were playing the Beatles stuff. That's how I heard it.
Gotcha.
But nowadays the radio, all they playing is just the new stuff.
Well,
they don't play the
I used to listen to the classic rock stations in the U.S., but they played the same 15 songs every day. All the classic rock out there, you play the same 15 songs. But now I was in my wife's village, not yesterday, a few days ago, and I heard them playing James Taylor. They were playing Red.
But see, back in them days, you'll get the number one song they would play of the day. But then they might play something by the Beatles. And you'd be like, oh, man, I like that song.
They would mix it
all of that, because I'm too young. By the time the Beatles split up, that music, I was 2 years old when a lot of them songs came out. He wrote, because I'm reading the book now, and that's what made me think about it. How do I know their songs? Because they were still playing them on the radio.
Hell, they're still popular.
Yeah, I'm saying, like Eleanor Rigby.
That's
you know what
song.
year that was written, John?
Probably 62.
No, that was written like 65 or something like
late?
that.
Okay.
66. When that was written. I was only 3.
Well, I was 6.
Okay, Bravo 29 says smoke first, John.
Okay, let me get smoke.
Buffalo Dan said the funniest thing to see is men and women completely wrapped up head to toe, hiding for the Filipino sun.
I see it. I saw it all day yesterday. But now there is a small temperature gap here. Usually half the 3/4 of the year it's 88 degrees here. The other time it's like 84. When it gets 84, they're freezing.
Oh yeah, don't let it get to 75.
Oh my God, it's winter coat time. I told some Filipinos yesterday, you would die in the northeast of U.S.
around the Dodgers fans said never really cared that much for most of the Beatles music. I did because see, I'm reading now, and the Beatles were so far ahead of everybody at their time because they were so big. So they were able to do a lot of the things like they would
experiment. Yes,
they would experiment. Like they were one of the first to do this. Take singles off of albums, dropping singles off the albums, or bring a whole album out and then drop a single. Different things like that. They were one of the first people to have the video cameras and stuff. They did a lot of stuff. They were experimenting a lot back in them days.
Oh, there's Dez.
Hey, Dez, hang out, Haven. Your boyfriend will be on the channel tomorrow.
Tell him he better be good. Just kidding.
Finding Keno says, I studied the Beatles for a couple of years.
Well, he probably knows more about them than I do then.
I'm reading 1966, the year when they
started. Is that when they came to the U.S.?
No, when they started evolving. Hell, they came to the U.S. in 64.
Is that one?
Hell, you were 4 years old. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, how does John know so much about the damn Beatles?
Well, later on, I got into the music. Yeah, I got into the music later on. I actually like the early Beatles where everybody comes on and says, there's Bubblegum. I like a lot of those songs.
Well, that was all a ruse. That was all part of to get
that's what made them famous. Yeah.
That's what they want. They said with so many groups and so much going on at the time that they had to do that to separate themselves. Once they became famous, see, this is 1966 now. That's what I'm reading now. It all changed. The real people started coming out.
Get done with that book. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind reading.
You're gonna really like that. You're gonna really like it. Because see, it was in one of the interviews at the time I'm in the book right now, where John Lennon said the Beatles are just as popular as Jesus, but he went into context with it.
And I have to agree with what he said, but don't say stuff like stay out of politics, stay out of religion, stay away from race.
But what he was saying was
at that moment
he was saying that.
I agree.
Because did you know this, John? That people would will in their sick children and sick adults thinking that they had some type of power.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He said that he could see where Jesus was probably just some hip dude back in the day. But as time went on, he had special powers attributed to him that wasn't true. He said because they're doing us the same way. He said
people thought they could get healed through the Beatles. I didn't know
right.
That. I need to read that book.
He said they were so popular, Beatles. He said that what I say, John, people will believe. He said, and they hang on my every word. He said the influence that he had in 1966 was way out there. He said that's what he was talking about.
With the young people, old people didn't care. Elvis came first, and I tell you what, Elvis was the king.
Yeah.
Now, when I grew up, I always, remember Elvis's stupid movies he did. And he was kind of like a joke to me. I went through Graceland. He was the king.
Roger said Calvin has a great voice. I watch his video on his Facebook.
What about my voice?
That thing I haven't said. I will do my best to watch tomorrow at Sunshine Shows. Are you upset because I don't think you've ever seen my email address in one of your videos? No, I mean, we just throw it out there. We try to help you, Dad, because you're getting close to that 1,000. I'm trying to help you get over that 1,000 because it's really going to help you. It's going to help your channel. Whether or not you come, that's up to you. But I always promote you anyway because I think you've got a lot of potential. A lot of what you talk about is what a lot of foreigners want to hear, but for some reason, they haven't went over there to your channel yet. Because when I was on there the other day, I think it was only like 13 people.
Really?
She should have more people watching her.
Heck yeah.
To get it going. Yep, the British invasion, 1964. And see, I didn't know that the Beatles, they were big Motown fans.
Yes, they were.
I mean, I'm talking about big Motown
old blues fans.
Yeah. They had, because see, at this time in the book, Stevie Wonder's over there on tour, and they made it a point to go watch his concert. He was only 15 at that time.
I would love to have seen him when he was anytime, but when he was younger.
Uptight was number one. It just broke into the British charts over there, but it was #1 in America. Yeah.
Stevie Wonder's good.
Pooh Bye. So I'm hearing Thailand's opening with no quarantine restriction or requirements. Won't hold my breath. No, it is. If you're on that green list of countries.
I gotta ask.
And you're fully vaccinated.
I gotta ask Poop Eye, is Poop Eye anything like Brown Eye? I'm just curious.
Yeah, Brian Nichols said Paul McCartney healed me. It's just as powerful what John Lennon was saying, you know. And it's true. He said people don't realize the powers they attribute to us that aren't true. He said I could see where on in the future he's going to hear people like John say that they're the greatest
songwriting team.
He knew that. But did you know that they really wasn't great musicians?
No, I agree with
that. At that time.
Well,
you know why, don't you?
Well, why?
Because they couldn't hear themselves playing at the concerts. It was only in 1966 when they said, hey, we're going to stop touring. We're going to just do studio stuff and improve our musicianship.
I didn't realize they had so many guest musicians. When I first heard As My Guitar Gently Weeps, I thought, damn, George Harrison's really good. Well, it was Eric Clapton, guys. So it wasn't that good.
Yeah. But yeah, you learn a lot. That's why I like to read these books. That's why I read biographies and autobiographies.
I'd rather read the real stuff than fiction.
I can't get into that. Retired 2019 at Dad's Hangout Haven. Calvin is a natural and has charisma.
He does.
Keep working on building your audience with short videos and then focus on live streams. Yeah, because I was telling John today, he said, I've never seen her videos. I said, she doesn't
I need to watch
Well, she doesn't have any videos. She has mostly live streams. Live streams.
I'll watch one of these days.
Yusuf said, Calvin knows the shit. I'm just now learning a lot of stuff now. This book, I got it when we went to Bacala.
I remember that. That's been about 6 or 7 months ago.
Well, about 4 months ago.
It was June.
Yeah, because you got 2 more months before you go.
Yeah, it was June.
Yeah, but remember, I got 4 books. I gotta read. I can't read them all at the same time.
Well, they're big books too.
Yeah. But yeah, Road to the Philippines. I said that I read that Cebu is going to the sandbox approach that Thailand is being used to get international tourism going.
We'll see.
It's true. Lapu-Lapu is on the verge, but
we'll see.
You cannot leave Lapu-Lapu. See,
and Lapu-Lapu, there's nothing there. Some strip clubs. That's about it.
Yeah, a couple of rundown resorts, really. But I'm saying if you want to get over here, you can. But they're on the verge because they said they've got like 80% of the tourism workers vaccinated, and they've got like 56% of the population. But it's Lapu-Lapu is one of the places, like 4 places that they're talking about, Danny. But remember, the Philippines is always proposing something. Because I'm going to tell you something. Go back and look at my video. It says the Philippines should offer a fiance visa for its citizens, right?
I agree with that.
In that, I tell you that there's no non-essential travel into the Philippines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But a Filipino, they authorize non-essential travel for Filipinos outside the country. I said they need to reciprocate that. I'd be damned if you can go on what Danny's talking about. And it's almost word for word. He was watching my video. He said, America, they're allowing Filipinos to come in there. We need to reciprocate and allow Americans to come in here.
Well, you have at least one very powerful politician here that does watch your videos. So maybe there's a connection, maybe not. Personally, I would wait till everything got open before I even came over here. Just save up your money, have a better time when you get here. That's what I would do.
Jazz Hangout Haven said, talk to him 9 times, just worried if he felt upset. That's all because he asked for my email address before. Yeah. I'm good. I should have started in short videos, not in live stream.
Just do whatever you want to do. I mean,
either way, but what Jason Kincaid, I don't know if he's on here still or not. I was doing all videos at first, Dad. He sent me an email and said, Calvin, why don't you do more live streams? Let your people, let your viewers and subscribers get to know you. He was the one that told me that. So I started doing it, and I stumbled all over myself at first.
And yet let's be honest. I went to Calvin. I said, Calvin, man, I think you're doing too many of them. He said, I don't think you know what you're talking about, John. Guess what? He was right. I was wrong.
Yeah. Because there's new people coming on all the time.
Well, see, I didn't realize that part.
As long as you got something to talk about, why not? I mean, hell, the Philippines is one of the most popular genres on YouTube.
Isn't that something? He's got a good one here.
Okay.
That's a true story.
He said,
is that
Zodiac Dracula said the Beatles are banned from the Philippines. Absolutely.
Was that in the book?
Because when they were touring, the first lady wanted to meet them the
and
night before.
They said no.
They were too tired and they didn't get the message.
And
but
that's
not really why.
Okay.
That may be one of the reasons why. But the real reason is why when he started talking this religious stuff. John.
Is that why? I thought they snubbed her. I didn't think it was the other way around.
It was because you got to realize, man, this is a real conservative place. Not only were they burning, man, look what she did. The lady, her name was Cleaver, was the last name of the lady. She took his words out of context, really.
I imagine that. That don't happen today, does it?
And when he put that up there saying that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus, people over here went crazy. They start burning the records.
Hell, they probably would have burned down.
They start burning their records.
Yeah, they probably would have burned down here.
And what's he talking about here? Jeremiah House says, "Hey, you gonna effing ignore me, brother? What are you talking about?"
He just now didn't. He just now didn't.
But see, people have to realize. Here's another one. Oh, crybaby! Well, don't realize we've got 400, maybe 1,000,
and we're both old and hard to see. There's Jason Kincaid. He's still.
Yeah, he's still.
Good to have you, buddy.
1 year learning from you and John. Next year, I'm either going to Thailand or Philippines to live. Just get my money right over here first.
I tell you, I'm going to throw out an interesting fact I read the other day. There's places in South America that actually have more dengue fever than here. I couldn't believe that.
What happened?
More dengue fever. Is that right? Dengue fever. There's more in like Colombia and some of these other South American countries than there is here. And everybody worries about it here. I was surprised.
I know.
I was really surprised.
What's he talking about? What? Oh, what's up with the green over there, bro? You better not bring no weed over here.
Is that what he's talking about?
I guess that's what he's talking about.
If you're talking about drugs, stay away from drugs here. It will get you nothing but
marijuana.
Big problems.
Jeremiah is the same as cocaine or heroin or shabu. They always just a drug. They paint it all with one brush, right, John?
Stay away.
They'll kill you over joints, where they'll kill you over shabu.
And shabu's crystal meth.
Fanny Kino says Paul McCartney is not who you think he is. Ron Bill said, "You know who played drums in the studio for the Beatles?"
I don't. I thought
I don't know.
He said BP.
I do know that
Billy Preston.
Yeah.
I know he played on a lot of their albums.
Later.
Yeah.
Earlier, I do know that Ringo never practiced in between tours. He said he learned more on stage than he did just,
That sounds like an excuse for sucking. to me.
He did. He just never practiced. He was like Allen Iverson. Practice? Who needs practice? That's the way he was.
Now, the coolest drummer, in my opinion, was old Charlie Watts. He died not too long ago. He was cool.
Let's see. Don't. Zodiac Dracula says, was Michael Jackson guilty? It's just accusers, I've said, but he's had multiple accusers saying the same thing. So unfortunately, I think he is.
I'll give you my opinion, but there hasn't been a lot come out since his death, and they weren't complaining at the time. They complained like, I don't know.
Well, when you settle like that, John, that's going to bring people out.
Yeah.
Hey, if he give this guy 10 million or whatever it was, 18
Where's
million.
mine? Where's mine?
Where's mine?
Is,
I slept in the bed too. Hey, Erling, Dob, good day, everyone. But see, I wasn't there.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
I don't give a damn what he did personally. I like his music.
And I don't throw out accusations unless I see it.
Hey, Cliff and Rue, thanks for the super chat. Said Rue and I started with all videos, and Rue suggested live streams. I think a good combination of both is best. It is. I mean, every video or live stream I do, it prepares me for the next one. It's practice, really, is what it is. That's why it seems like I've gotten more comfortable. John, you remember the very first live stream I did? It was terrible. It was me and you.
Well, but it wasn't.
No, it was.
Oh no, that's when we couldn't get the connections. Oh my
God! The live stream was, and you're there talking to everybody,
and you got cut off, and I'm sitting here like,
yeah, this. I didn't even know.
And people saying, "John, talk." Yeah, well,
yeah.
That was a disaster. That was the first live stream you did.
That's the very first one I ever did.
And then we tried to do one from a restaurant with Ingram Davis, and that was a disaster.
Yes, guys, man. Hey, Doug Carr. Hey, Calvin, what's going on, Doug?
Doug Carr's a good man. He's going to Ormic, a Southern Lady. I tell you what, I love Southern Lady. It's very remote. I loved it. I don't know if I want to live there forever, but the 4 or 5 months I spent there, I loved it. I couldn't even get cell phone service. That's how good it is.
Jason Flint said it. At Clip and Rue, I think people want good content they can watch without having to read comments.
That's Lou's brother-in-law.
Oh, is it? But lives, I think, have a good place in the overall channel. Just my opinion. You mean your real life? Is that what you're talking about? Jason? Philip Jones says, if you get caught with any kind of drugs, you get put in jail and wait for your trial, which can take years to stand in front of a judge. No such thing as getting out on bond. Right. Unless you got a real good lawyer and you're going to pay a lot of money. That's how that one guy got out. The Norwegian guy that was caught over here with taking the little kids to meet the mother, and some concerned citizen called the police on him in the South Cebu, the Cebu South terminal, bus terminal. He got out and he's never been back. But yeah, you're right. A lot of people over here, by the time you go to trial or before a judge, you've already spent more time in jail than the damn crime, even,
Well, I can weigh in on that one real quick. A woman in my wife's village attacked a 13-year-old. I think this woman's 30. She bit her on her boob, and then people videotaped it. It took a year before they brought charges against her, but she's been in jail for over 2 years now and still hasn't went to court.
Well, that was an American who spent 5 years in prison without going to court. His neighbor had accused him of rape because he scolded her son.
Well, I got threatened with that for scolding the son.
Yeah. And, that's just how it is, when you're in a different country. Retard 2019 said, live streams are good. However, people only have so much time. Some YouTubers have 4 hour long live streams.
Like us.
The live stream market is getting saturated. It is, it's all saturated, really, but some people stand out more than others. This depends on what you like, what you believe, and what you want to tune into. Another thing John Lennon said that I agree with, because they asked John Lennon, said, well, who are your favorite artists? Who do you listen to? Who do you go out and watch? That's what he watched. He said, Picasso doesn't go out and watch other people paint.
So he didn't watch nobody.
He's too busy in the studio painting. He said, that's me. I'm always painting. John Lennon was
but really,
he was an introvert.
They did so many covers, they had to listen to somebody.
Well, no, he's talking about in person, John.
Okay.
He got his information from reading and listening to music. He didn't go out like Paul McCartney and socialize with everybody like that. He said Picasso doesn't go.
Let's get BW on here because I can address that one. Okay, BW. Wow. So that guy yelled at a child and the mother accused him of rape and retaliation. I yelled at my girlfriend's son in Southern Lady. A neighbor came and said, "You're not allowed to yell at kids here in the Philippines. I'll call the police on you." What I said to her was, "Hey, they had a shit life before I came here. They got a good life now. Go ahead and call the police. I go to jail, then I go home and go back to their shit life." Well, that was the end of that.
Yeah, but you got to be careful dealing with kids over here.
I agree.
Jason Flint, thanks for the super chat. He says, I heard a story of a guy who played husband for a lady who wanted to go to Hong Kong. She got caught in a brothel. The guy went to jail, eventually got life and died in prison. Sad, but he got played. Wow.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather die than go to these prisons.
Yeah, I
would.
told you that I wouldn't.
Put your dog in
I wouldn't let my dog stay in jail here. They're overcrowded. And why even come over here and get in jail? But when you get high, when you get drunk, and you say something stupid, and you end up in jail, you don't really know what it's for.
Well, don't get that drunk.
Des Hanger-Haven says, I have a question I really want to ask Sunshine Shoulders and John. Should the divorced foreign man voluntarily show his divorce papers to Filipino or wait for her to ask for it? Well, why would he need to show her unless they were at the point of getting married?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I was questioned on that by my young wife and never had a boyfriend before. Well, you got these foreigners. Not all foreigners are good. They'll come over here and pull all kinds of crap, So they're saying, "Are you really divorced?" I said, "Yes, yeah, I am." Yeah. They said, "But how do I know?" Well, because I told you. Well, how do I know?
But what difference does it make if you're not going to get married?
Well, we were planning on it.
No,
so.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Then it would be a problem. But if I'm just going with you, why would I show you my divorce papers?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make sense. Now, if we're going to get married over here, I've got to get something called, I forgot what it's called. If you get married well, not a cinema. It's not called a cinema for us. You got it.
I got it already back.
But it's not called a cinema. You got to go to the consulate or the embassy to get it to prove that you able to marry them.
And that consulate thing's a bunch of BS. You pay $90 and all it is say, I swear I've never been married before. And you can tell them whatever you want.
And because I'm going to tell you over here, if you need papers notarized, you better give them notarized in America where it's $5.
I agree. Or free.
You get them at the bank.
At the bank, you can get them for free.
Over here it's $50, by the way. But I mean, why show a complete stranger all of your intimate, important information? Well, now, if we're going to get married, okay, now here, I'm going to show you.
But I can go the opposite side of that. Like my wife, she never had a boyfriend before. She's pure. She don't want to give herself to a man that might be married. So I could understand that. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I'll play both sides. Yeah, but not as much as Buck does, but I'll play both sides.
But she asked you for it.
Yeah.
She said, "Are you going to voluntarily do it?"
Voluntarily.
I
wouldn't voluntarily.
I'll wait till you ask me. Clip and Rue said, "Rue made me show them papers." Yeah, but y'all were thinking about getting married. When you first meet a woman,
but maybe she just didn't want to be played.
She's just going to go by what you tell her anyway until it gets serious.
I just bought $50 of Shabu, dog.
Yeah. Big D said, best thing to do is look for a woman with no luggage. It's a lot less problems.
But also they have to look for guys without a lot of baggage. We got it too.
Yeah, see, that's what I always throw out there.
It's a two-way.
We're hypocrites.
We
come over here and say, "Oh, I don't want a woman with kids," but you got 4 kids at home. You've been divorced twice or whatever it is.
I don't want a woman.
He's right though.
I don't want a woman that smokes and drinks, and I do both.
Yeah.
But it's a choice. Yeah, okay. Then you don't want me, then okay.
Daryl Woolmore says people love the rawness without all the skips from edit. Yeah. I don't edit my videos, and maybe that's why people don't subscribe.
His are all raw, no edit.
I'm just saying, maybe
we don't
that's
practice this stuff. I mean,
maybe that's why
just let it loose.
I don't get more, because some people they like that visual stuff. They want the drone and all of that, and the bikinis and all of that.
Well, I like bikinis.
Steele says insist on cinema before serious dating or more.
I agree with that.
What do you mean serious dating? Oh yeah, but you're right about that because you don't know if the husband is still somewhere around.
Or they're still married. Annulments take years. They cost a lot of money.
But it's not even that. The first woman I ever saw over here was married. But hell, the husband lived downstairs. She lived upstairs. He had his new family. She was dating me.
You know what? That's really screwed up. That sounds like a West Virginia story.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it can be trouble if they're still married. But more than likely, it's not going to be because they've all went their separate ways. They're coming. They can't afford a legal separation or an annulment.
And a lot of them can't afford to get married. I ran into that a lot.
But they do it anyway. Ishmael Moore said, no single moms for me. Been there,
Don't
done
just
that.
count them, though.
No
You get
sloppy
good women.
seconds anymore. I respect single moms, just not for me. And everybody has their choice, but if you say, well, maybe what if a woman over here said, the woman that you want, by the way, said, no, I don't want a sloppy second. I don't want a man with kids already or who's been married.
I would keep my mind open. Don't discount single mothers. Their chances are a lot less than the younger girls without any kids. They're really going to probably treat you good.
I think what people don't
Keep your mind
understand is
open.
you need somebody here with so much cultural differences here. I mean, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's somebody that you're compatible with.
I agree.
That you can get along with.
I agree. And it's not crazy.
You start putting a whole lot of stipulations on it, man. You ain't the pool's already small. Okay. What do you mean serious? Hey, John Calvin, Filipino pieces basically black and white. She didn't do no drones. She has Filipino peas basically black and white. She don't do no drone. She has a green screen behind her, but she's a woman too. You gotta realize.
But that is edited. It's practiced. It's rehearsed. Ours is not.
But you gotta realize too, she's a woman. A lot of y'all just thirsty trying to go in her comments if you don't believe me, Oscar. A lot of you guys, you're looking to get favors from her, and just a heart from her just makes y'all day.
But just my opinion, I'd rather watch Jing than P. if that's what you want.
Yeah, but you gotta realize, of course we know how to do that. But we're just trying to keep ahead. Yeah. We can't get peaceful 100 times. We can't, even if we did that, we cannot answer every single comment.
Oh, slow down this chat. I thought he was talking about with
No.
Yeah, there's too many. One of the things I do on Calvin's live streams from the week, I'll see some of the comments don't get answered, and I'll try to bring them up here.
But see, the way to keep the chat going and stay relevant and up to date is to let it go down. Then that way
you're at the latest.
They're talking about what we're talking about
right now.
Yeah. If I scroll up, it's something that
nobody knows what you're talking about. You went back a couple live chats ago and tried to find somebody. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That turned into a mess.
Yeah.
Here's something from one of Calvin's old live chats. He said nobody in the Philippines has ever told him, what are you doing here? Go back to your own country. I had that happen once in Southern Lady. I had an old woman there. There's two old women. I said, hey, how you doing? They said, where you from? I said, U.S. They said, what are you doing here? Why don't you go back to your own country? I looked at them and I said, okay, I'll go. I'll take my money and spend it somewhere else. They said, well, we're just kidding. So it does happen. And there's probably others that think that.
Yeah, but listen, John, it wasn't serious.
I think they were kidding. I do think
I'm talking about serious.
I have
not. You're at the store and you're talking, and somebody said, "Speak Tagalog."
Yeah, while you're putting out the money. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
No, I'm saying speak Tagalog, John. I know. But you see it in America all the time. If you see somebody speaking Spanish or whatever,
you're in America, speak English. You are right. English. You are right.
No one has ever told me to go back to my own country. That lady was joking.
And she might have been. She said she was kidding. She might have been.
Yeah,
that's the only time I've heard that in 3 years.
You got to look at this in a lot of different ways, Yusuf Habib. He says, are we really the catch, though? Most Filipinos prefer Filipino men. They do. They do. But what you're saying is, here's what I'm going to tell you to answer this question. It's not about you being the catch. It's about what you can catch over here versus what you can catch at home.
Oh, I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying. I don't have to be the catch over here, but guess what? The fishing is a whole lot better over here.
Yeah.
That's a fact from, on my side. Now, whether they look at me as, he's a good catch or not, I'll tell you what, when I throw my wide and reel out there,
you're going to get a bite.
The fish is biting,
you're going to get a bite.
And it's a whole lot better here.
Well, Joseph, you see me. You've seen Janessa on here. 28 years old. I met her when she's 26. She was number 7. I mean,
yeah. Let's see something. Wait, I'll go back to Jason. Was it Jason? Maybe what? Yeah, here it is. Jason Flint says, I married 2 single mothers at different times in my life. First wife, it was cool. Second wife, a big mistake. Next wife depends on that baby daddy situation. I'm too old to deal with hella headaches.
I don't blame you there.
Yeah.
But a lot
more
of times,
likely you won't have that.
Yeah, a lot of times it seems like more here than U.S. when the guy's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
And that's why I say they can't afford to get a divorce. They can't afford to get a legal separation. But when they're gone, they're gone. They don't let them back in, man.
A lot of times they move off the island and go somewhere else.
Des Hanger Haven said, I'm a single mom. John, don't worry. I'm not offended in that. I am okay and can live without a partner because we have lesser chance. But I can't die without a guy.
And I agree. But like I say, don't discount single mothers. I mean, I see your picture, Des. You're a good-looking woman. I don't know how your heart is. It's probably good. I've talked to your Sean. He seems like he's happy with you. Live your life.
Once they meet, live
your life.
Bleason Evans says, Calvin, first time I went to the Philippines, I have 2 women just like you, but it cost me lots of money to keep both of them, free hotel and food. Yeah, absolutely. It's expensive. Can you do it? Of course you can. Simply because you got something they want.
And just remember, you don't have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, but you're going to spend double the money.
With 2.
With 2. Cool. Zul Jab, welcome back. It says, any new updates about making passports for Filipinos? What's he talking about there?
I don't know, but Filipinos can't get out of here. We can't get in here. I mean, really.
Yeah. I mean, it just to get a tourist visa, man,
I stayed at a hotel in Lapu-Lapu, Loaiza, which is really, really a nice hotel. The owner, I got to know him a little bit, and he was very pissed off that he could not get a tourist visa to the U.S.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. You got to have some connections. You definitely got to have, okay, guys, if you're trying to get your woman over, she should already have a bank account with X amount of dollars in it, some property, some land, some connections, a pension, something that keeps her connected to the country. Otherwise, if it was so easy to go to America, John, everybody would do it and they wouldn't come back. See, that's another reason, because they abuse that system.
That's right.
That's the reason Trump had canceled it.
Yep.
They were abusing it. It's so many, man. I know so many Philippines. When I took my wife over there, we started going around the circles. Many of them overstayed their student visas, their work visas.
Their fiance visas, all of them.
Trying to get a lawyer now to get it all straightened out. They're over there, and that's a lot. If you think people overstay here, they really overstay in America.
People here make $10 a day. If you get a minimum wage job in U.S., what are you going to make? $15 an hour versus $10 a day?
Yeah.
Mr. Scientific, I don't like half-naked chicks in the cast. I like half-naked chicks in the cast. I like Moon and Sun because they both have 6 accents that crack me up. Sometimes without all the technology. I do have an Appalachian accent. Calvin probably has a Southern accent, I would say.
Yeah, well, the guy, the tricycle guy told me today I'm slaying. The tricycle guy told me this today because I was telling him, I'm trying to be nice because they don't call it McDonald's over here. They call it McDo. I'm like, McDo. He don't know where I'm going. So he picks up another Filipino lady, an older lady. She says, McDonald's, Oh, he's so slang, I can't understand him. So I'm like, okay.
Well, now I don't agree with that. We're actually from the same side of the tracks.
Well, no, we're not, John.
What?
I'm sorry to tell you. We're not.
I grew up poor, man.
Well, it don't mean nothing. Jeff Dingle says, hi, Calvin and John. Calvin, continue doing the live streaming. Yes, the laws are so tough for us when it comes to married women. But a woman with children will treat you better because she understands.
Well, she has 0 options here. I mean, really.
But I mean, why be okay? When I started coming over in the Philippines, I had 4 children already. What do I look like saying, oh, I don't want a woman with children? Well, but I've got children. She's supposed to put up with me. And it's just, remember I tell you that my son's mother was the most beautiful woman I ever seen before, even to this day. Do you think I was going to turn her away because she had a little, at that time he was 2 years old and living with the mother up in the mountains?
I wouldn't.
No, because I'm gonna tell you guys. Remember, he was talking about are we the catch? No, but she was the damn catch. I wasn't gonna catch a woman like that over in America with 5 kids. Nor would I want one.
And Calvin's talked about this. I haven't a whole lot. A 5 here is about an 8 in the U.S. I don't care what anybody says. That's my opinion.
See, we get too technical until you get over her, John. You're right. And then you see this 24-year-old woman. You're not gonna care that she's got
beautiful body, perfect skin, no makeup.
Last time you've been with a 24, you was 24. But you guys are, you're taking it for granted. You're sitting back watching the video. Oh, I want this one, this one, this one. Now, when you get over here and you see it in real person, all that's going to go out the window. Trust me when I'm telling you. You're 48, 50, 55 years old. You see this 23, 24-year-old.
That are interested in you.
Matter that she's got a 1 or 2 year old. Man, you're going, you don't care.
I agree. I should. Well, I ain't going to do that. My wife might be watching.
He says, what do you know about Lausanne, bro?
Talk to Philip Cooper. He lives there.
Well, tomorrow, if you watch the panel,
if he can get through.
I've been to Manila. I've been to Tagaytay, Batangas. That's it. All together in my 12 years on and off, I've probably been in Manila 2 months.
I will say one thing.
Total.
I watch the weather here with the typhoons and everything. The east and the north of Luzon gets hit a lot and hit hard.
Well, see, here's what this guy doesn't understand, John. He doesn't understand a lot about what we're talking about. He said, if your woman was such a cat, she would be a Filipino. She would be a Filipino.
There's so many. There's so few of them here.
No, not that. I'm saying it's a class thing, John.
But there's how many Filipino guys got money? Really? Not many.
The ones in the class.
Well, they got it, but it's such a small percentage, and they want women that have skin whiter than mine. Well, it's weird.
That's your way of looking at it. I'm saying a lot of the women, even though they're nice looking, they come from the province. They come from
those guys don't want that.
Area.
They don't want
it. They're in a different class.
That's right. They want people from their own class. Yes, you're right. Their families already have to have money. It's kind of like the old royals back in Europe.
But there's some exceptions. Remember
few.
Now it's more than a few, but you got to go to Cebu and Manila to see these women. I call them Amazon Filipinas. And they get them the talent searches, the beauty pageants. They pick them out of these places and they bring them and put them in front of you, man. They're bigger than regular Filipinos. Some of them I have, some of them are not.
A lot of them are half.
I used to be a part of the jogging scene, marathons and stuff here in the Philippines. You go there and these women working in promotions, they're beautiful, man. I mean, they're bigger. They look like European women. They don't look like Filipino women. And a lot of times, these are the women that will catch that Filipino man with the money. But most of the time, it's a class thing.
It is very much class thing.
If you get a beautiful woman and remember, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder.
There's Clayton Murray. Good to see you, buddy. I'm traveling right now, driving. Where are you going, Clayton?
Yeah.
That's my Kiwi buddy.
He said, I'm driving right now. Well, don't look at Sunshine Shoulders and Moonshine Shoulders and drive.
I would.
And drive.
I would.
Okay, she says, older Filipinos know what they want. Those who are serious, we don't only look for stability or money. Maturity of the guy is on top of our list.
But Des, you said
not initially. Initially, it's always going to be
security.
Security. It's
Help
gonna
the family out.
It's going to be.
It is.
The visa, the better life. Why in the world would you want to date a woman, a man, Des, that lives on the other side of the planet of you? Has nothing in common with you, by the way.
And it has about an 80% chance of never showing up.
A Rams and Dodgers fan, I want a Nadine Lustra type. Well, there's plenty of them around here. Nadine, yeah, her and I forgot the boyfriend she used to have. But I'm gonna tell you, I saw a little girl the other day, and I see a lot of them. If you look at, remember what's the name of the young lady that got killed in the airplane crash? The singer that used to be married to R. Kelly. You're gonna see a ton of women over here that resemble her. Okay, Leah, is that what's her name? I don't remember. But anyway, you're gonna see if you've never been to the Philippines before. and you want to see what a typical Filipino looks like, it's going to be that Aaliyah. You're going to see a lot of women over here that's going to remind you of her. Ishmael and Yusuf. Yeah, Aaliyah. Thank you. I promise you that.
We had a question here. I don't know where it was. Where for the first time would you recommend? Doug Carr answered it and said Cebu City. I agree. Cebu would be a good place for your first time here. I think it'd be better than Manila.
Yeah, I would.
That sounds like I agree.
This is kind of true. This is true to me.
It depends, but yes.
On average.
If you get a 40-year-old Filipino that is poor, they won't have any teeth. They'll look old. But if you get one that's the upper class, they look pretty good. It depends on the life. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, but when they get older, they just, they get that spare tire.
Well, I tell you, I met probably a 50-year-old Filipino woman yesterday. She had a good life. She looked good. But I've met others that are pretty rough.
Taquan would say, I have to stop watching these videos and live stream. These two have me hyped up. But I see the reason I said that, Ty, is because I was in the tricycle yesterday coming from the store. And I was like, wow, this little girl looks just like Aaliyah. But then I got to thinking, there's so many of them over here that look like that. Yeah, still, he says he dated an attorney.
Okay, I hear this stuff. Doctors. First year only make $1,000 a month. Doctor specialists only make $2,000 a month. What was your attorney making? $600 a month? It doesn't mean that much. So you can go ahead and get a woman for the province that was only making $80 a month. It's not that much difference.
Well, that's what he's saying. A
lot of guys say, I want a professional woman. To me, it don't matter. But that's me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To most guys, it doesn't matter. If you want that kind of stuff, then stay at home. If you want the trophy, I don't care what college your girlfriend went to.
We got a loser back here.
I don't care.
I don't either.
How much money she earns. Okay, it doesn't matter to me.
Especially if she's only making $400 a month. Big deal.
It doesn't make you any better. And see, that's that Western thinking. Says all the high quality girls. What's that mean?
I have a girl for the province that worked as a maid, made $80 a month, and she is the highest quality woman I've ever had.
Yeah. I
couldn't ask for anything better.
I don't understand why they bring that type of thing.
I hear that all the time. That's U.S. thinking.
Yeah, that's U.S. thinking. It's crazy because you're going to miss out on a lot of, but then again, like I told you, it's easy for you to say that, he's been over here before, but a new guy come over here, you're going to throw that stuff out the window, man. My son's mother had a high school diploma. That was it. Jason Kincaid says, I'm hoping for a life partner to grow.
That's what you want. That's what I want.
Well, that's what he wants.
That's what I got.
You can get that. Okay. Gina.
I know. That surprises me.
I watched the top 10 best countries on YouTube today, and Philippines are not on the list. I was shocked. Portugal is number one, Thailand is number 9. But remember, I did a video on that. But you got to understand, Gina, the only reason why the Philippines is not on there because these magazines and these lists, they're targeting a certain demographic, mostly married couples, older married couples, that, are interested in things like the infrastructure and different things like
bringing
that.
Bringing sand to the beach. I gotcha.
And all that kind of stuff. And it's who they're talking to. They're not talking to people like me and John. They're talking to married couples and different things like that. Because the Philippines never
Because I couldn't understand that either. I've read the same things.
The Philippines never makes these lists. But I did a video on that, and I told you why. It's who they're talking to. It's the narrative they're trying to push. They're selling something.
Can we go back up a little bit?
Well, I can't see. You got your hand.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Where was it?
What's the talking about?
Oh, I don't see it. No, yeah, right there. Ismo. He's a smart guy. John, if anyone works today for an employee, as an employee, they are a slave. Being your own boss is the only way to make it. I tell you what, I worked 2 or 3 jobs for 40 years. I had a company, always had a company I worked for. I had 1 or 2 businesses of my own. Working for somebody else, you make a lot more money with a lot less headaches. But I do agree. the U.S. system is you get in debt and you're a slave for it until you die. So I agree and disagree.
But see, there's a lot of things that you don't see in that when you own your own business. By me being an independent insurance agent, I was a sole proprietor. I owned my own business. So there's so many tax breaks I got.
The tax breaks are nice as a business owner.
The money, the taxes that you pay is a whole lot less.
I agree.
I was only paying like 10%.
I agree.
You know,
because you have your business
taxes,
deductions.
All of that.
Like I say, I've done both, but I made more money with less headaches and better benefits working for a company. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. But see,
now I'm living off my own business. You've seen it.
Yeah. It just depends on who you are. Some people, everybody can't own a business. We all want to own a business, but nobody wants to go to business school and learn how to.
I never went to business school, but businesses are hard. I had about 10 or 15 that failed.
Well, 25% are going to fail in the first year, 50% in year 5.
Unless you're a restaurant, then 99% fail in 5.
So why would you even want to? I mean, those kind of figures are pretty tough.
But I tell you, I'll give my advice on business. I had about 15 that failed. I had 2 that were successful, and one of them I live off of now. Start out small. Don't take out loans. If it fails, you don't lose that much. Just go to something else. That's my advice. Bill Gates started in his parents' garage.
Yeah, but he's an exceptional human being.
Well, I agree. But still, he started in his parents' garage.
Yeah, but look what he started with.
Nothing.
This up here.
That's all.
What do you mean that's all? That's all. What are you talking about? That's
but no,
it.
He didn't go out and take no big loans.
You don't know what he did. Him and Paul, the guy that they met, John, you got no, he didn't work with no Steve Jobs.
Yeah, he did.
No, that's not the one he partnered with.
I thought he stole off of him or something. Okay.
I'm saying the guy that they were friends, they were best friends, Paul something. I think he's dead now. Well, anyway, they were college students together. They went out to and saw this magazine article that posed a challenge. If you can come up with the idea of 2 application where 2 computers can talk to each other, because at that time computers
wasn't single, huh?
Yeah, they wasn't talking to each other like they was today.
Well,
that's how they did all of that. I mean, it wasn't like he came from some poor family, man. You better know what you're talking about, John.
If you start a business in your parents' garage and it builds up to that big, that's pretty good.
Imagine if you were in Elvis's garage. Just his parents were they were influential, John. They were not poor.
Well, I bet they weren't rich.
Well, you need to go do your research. Yeah, I will. Quit throwing stuff out here like that.
I'm going to throw.
That isn't true.
That's why people watch us.
Let's see what he says. Ron Biller says, it doesn't matter to men historically around the world. Yeah, it doesn't, really. I mean, it doesn't matter to men that come to the Philippines. I've never had a man come over here and said, well, I want, a high-quality woman, whatever that means, man. I don't know.
I think I have a high-quality woman. I think you do, too.
But I'm just saying, I don't understand what it means. So, Zul Jeff says his girl's high quality in the province. I don't understand. Ace Portgas says, Portgas says, is it safe to go there now?
Where?
Yeah, it's safe to go to the Philippines.
Yeah, very safe.
Certain parts you don't want to go, but you can't come down.
I tell you, I had a guy get shot and killed 12 feet from my apartment. I still feel safer here than I did in the U.S.
Yeah.
We'll get Jeremy next if you want.
John, you getting drunk. We getting ready to end this. Because you get drunk, you get stupid.
Okay. I'm always stupid.
JLM says, I'm coming 8,000 miles to to nature for me. I don't understand what that means. But I guess I don't know. Jeremiah says, Sunshine Shoulders, how's the crime over there? Why you got bars on the window? It's just you got to keep honest people honest. These aren't my bars. I'm renting this, as a matter of fact. But every house I see has bars on it. The window, my next door neighbor.
It's almost a style. I think it's style.
But you have to keep honest people honest. That's really all it is. In America, everybody, they have some type of guns or alarm systems, but it's no worse here than it is where I come from.
I think it's better here than where I came from.
I haven't had any problems because Filipinos leave you alone. And you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, yeah. So there's nothing you can really do about that, Jeremiah. But as far as the crime, I'm safer here than I am in America.
Tell you what, I never hear of a robbery here.
The police, just a minute. How many? One or two? Two. Hold on, let me get the money.
Water time.
Tank.
Hello. Okay.
Oh, wait, I got money on me. I got enough to pay you. 50 pesos. Thank you. Mama, how you doing?
Thank you.
What is that? Fill out.
Is that pork rinds?
How much? 20?
There's a couple kids here. They're probably about 8 and 9. They're selling pork rinds, I think. Calvin's getting some off of them.
3. No.
Is that what it is? Pork rinds or something else?
The kids are eating.
Show 'em.
The kids are eating. I always try to support the little kids when they come around selling stuff like this. Look like some type of
Corn.
brand,
Something. There's always somebody selling something. You got people selling fish, rice balls, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I'm safe over here because you eliminate one dynamic that causes me potential harm. The police over here, they don't bother me.
They're friendly.
Over there, I'm a suspect. Over here, I'm not. Over here, I'm never a suspect. Over here.
Now, I got ID'd for the 3rd time by the police last Friday, but they're nice about it.
Yeah. So 2 of the biggest things are the wrong one. Yeah, okay, that one. He gave us the wrong bottle. You can eliminate 2 of the big 3 that were potential killers for me. The police, the thugs, eliminated over here. Stress, but you gotta find a way to deal with that stress. But the 2 of the big 3, I don't even have a problem with over here. The thugs don't bother me because see, I help everybody over here. And a lot of times that saves me because I'm pretty sure I've helped one of the bad guys' family members. They say, hey, leave him alone, man. He ain't got nothing for real.
Well, there aren't mass shootings here.
Well, that's number one. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Salem. Unfortunately, I share the valley with Portland. Oh, okay, that's where he's from. Calvin is sad but true. Many people can't understand. What are you talking about, Cliff? Let's go back and see what Cliff said.
Cliff's good.
What did he say? Yeah. Belize and Evans said John looks like he's 90 years old.
I am.
Oh, okay. He said Rue is my second marriage. I'm 47. That's one thing.
I hope she's your last.
Yeah,
probably will be.
Yeah, probably would. Yeah, he won't be able to upgrade over here.
I agree with that.
He may get a different face or something, but yeah, he's got
it's
about as good as it gets over here. Street vendor. Yeah, street vendor. Little kids. I always buy stuff from the little kids.
I've seen street vendors selling brooms, chairs, all kinds of stuff. John
okay. Yeah. Cliff and Rue said, yeah, safe in the Philippines.
I agree.
It is. At least to foreigners, it is. Somebody asked me
that's
question,
a good point you bring.
What does it mean? Is it safer for a Filipino? But my girlfriend's never had any problems over here. Is
Mine
your girlfriend
either.
have been
Never.
robbed
Nope.
by the police or
Never,
anything like that?
Never.
Because most people that rob you in America are breaking your house. They know you. It's not like they don't know you. It's not like people are getting on planes coming over there robbing us.
Jeff C. Great live stream. Cal and John. Thank you, Jeff. He's been with us a long time.
Philip Rogers said, yes, there are street gangs in the Philippines. When I lived in Manila, if you gave the children change, they would keep their older brothers from robbing.
Really? We don't have that here.
Yeah, when you go to Manila, man, you're going to see a whole lot that you don't see here.
I have no use for Manila.
Yeah. Where's Buck? Buck's only on the panel a lot of times.
There's Sean.
I don't know where Buck is right now.
Getting bucked up.
Yeah, he's getting bucked up. What's up, Jeff C?
Good man.
He says, okay, if I show paper, but they can be forged, then I'm never believable. What are you talking about? Okay, Jeremiah House says the Sunshine Shoulders. Bless you, Calvin, from nowhere, Montana. God bless. Your Buck's in the trailer park, they said.
Poor Buck. He catches a lot of crap.
Dad's hanging at Haven says, I hope you won't feel uncomfortable. Please tell Rue you guys can promote your channel in my channel. That is all I can do at Cliff and Rue. Good to meet new people. Doug Carr says the Philippines is the only place I've been mugged, and the muggers actually came back and gave me half my money back. Wow. But like I said, Doug, you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And there's really nothing you can do about that. But I've been here on and off for 12 years, 3 years. Sir. I promise you, I've never had anything that even resembles trouble over there.
I haven't either.
The police basically want my autograph when they see me.
Now, I had an attempted mugging in Mexico when I was there for 3 months, but none here.
Donna Milton said, frustrated, sent you 3 comments today. Well, it's hard to see them, brother. I tell y'all over and over, this thing keeps stopping. I mean,
if you go back and try to find it.
Well, you're not going to find it. There's a reason, guys, that YouTube came up with the super chat, John. It's not to make us rich, guys. It's so they know all these comments is over here. If you want your comment to stand out, that's what you do. It's just how it is, especially when there's 300 people watching this. So imagine how many. That's actually impressive. So imagine how many comments it is over there. And it just keeps on going. And sometimes we're here talking, keeping the conversation going. Guys, we miss it. Don't take it personal. I mean, really. But that's why they do that. To be honest with you. Belize and Edwin says,
yes, they do.
Police take care of foreigners in the Philippines better than in your own country.
I agree with that.
I mean, these are people over here. The police here are just people who just happen to have a job as a police. When they put on their uniform, they don't change. Did you see that picture? I still got it on my Facebook page because it's so impressive to me. When the police is behind me, I mean, you can see it in their eyes. These are good, friendly people. Hey, Road to the Philippines, he said, like this. Thank you. Oh, like this. Okay, Road to the Philippines, yeah. But that's how you do it, guys. I didn't make that up because they know it's almost impossible to do that.
Well, Todd's got a good one there. You do, but I don't know how to tell the difference.
Do we have to worry about counterfeit bills as we do when we visit other countries? Yeah, but not if you go to certain places.
To a reputable money changer.
A business or something. Now, when you're dealing on the streets,
you're going to get screwed.
You're taking a chance. You don't know what's going on. Hey, Ron Bizzles, thanks for the super chat. He said hi, Calvin and John. Robert Morris, comments. What's going on, brother? Yeah. And I'm sorry, guys. I didn't make the rules. Shine, I'm going to help Buck get a Filipino girlfriend.
Good luck.
Underneath the BS, he is a righteous dude.
I think he is.
Right. I think it is
he's
too.
a good guy.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, I do too. I can't wait to meet him. What fun.
Early Cooler says, Calvin, you are used to cops, bro. Yeah, over here, I promise you, I'm scared to death of police in America. And I don't know where it comes from. I don't even have a police record. But when I see them, man, when they pull up behind me,
I was always nervous too.
I get nervous. Why?
I don't know, but I was nothing. Here, hey guys, how you doing?
The police behind me, I don't even recognize them, John. I don't pay more attention because I know. But over there, I mean, I be driving. I'm dead sober.
You keep looking in your mirror.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, fuck. You know.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I don't know why either.
Robert Dame said, 300 watching this big time live, man.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm impressed,
Thank
man.
you.
I mean, I'm humbled by it. You know, that's why we try to do the best we can. You know, if we got 300 people on here, instead of making a 1 hour live stream, why not make it 2?
Well,
if people
and I see other
enjoying themselves.
I see other people have live streams that get like 10. So I mean, that's impressive to me.
Yeah. This guy said we had a mug at Walmart mugging people wearing $200 Air Jordans. I don't think he needs the money. Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, the last time I had somebody beg for me in the U.S., it was in a parking lot of Lowe's. They had this big SUV, and they said, "I don't have any gas money. Can you give me some?" Well, I looked over my 15-year-old car, and I said, "You're driving a lot better car than me. I think you need to give me some money."
Yeah, BJ says, get them up, guys. Yeah, I don't know we can't see what it's streamlined. I mean, we see we got so many views.
Well, I hope we get 400.
The only time I ever hit 400 views
is when I'm on.
No, it was when we did the key.
Oh, okay, that was a pretty cool video.
Yeah,
right? I enjoyed that.
That live stream.
Eric Calvin Buck's not allowed in the Philippines.
I said, yeah, that's probably what happened to George Floyd last summer, Cal. Well, I tell you what, he was worth more dead than alive.
Well, that's a shame, really.
It's a shame.
That's a shame.
But that's just saying, that's what it was. We raised $13 million for his family. Then they started another one for his sister that raised a certain amount of million, and they had to cut that off because they was catching a lot of flack for it. Like, you know, but while he was alive, we walked past him and let him starve to death.
Yep. Yeah.
Bill Cooper says, hell, I was an officer and didn't like them behind me. Where'd that come from, Philip?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I forgot Bill Cooper was a police.
I didn't know
that. I don't know where that comes from. Why were we afraid of the police? I thought they were supposed to protect and serve, John.
I was always polite with them, but I was nervous.
Yeah, I certainly was nervous. Malcolm McNielsen says, do you have to go to a province to meet province girls? No, because most of them
in the cities are from the province.
Yeah, they work there.
Yeah.
You know.
Because they want a better life.
But be careful what you wish for, guys. These province girls aren't easy all the time.
No, I had to court mine, and it was...
no, I mean, not only that, you don't know what you got till it goes bad.
Well, you had that experience.
No, I'm saying...
Well, she's still stalking you, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm saying that when you basically got fortunate with some of the ones you've had. Some of them over here that comes from the province, the language barrier is going to be there. It's just, you know, be careful what you wish for, guys. Come over here and meet women, man. Don't worry about whether they're from the province or the city.
I agree with that.
That's just the way I say it, man. You know, I've had them both, and I really don't know the difference, to be honest with you.
Oh, shit. Doug Carr got shot in the skull with a 32. Glad you survived it, buddy.
And Doug Carr says Roosevelt, when I was mugged in San Diego, got a shot to the skull. Wow. Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. You come over here, Doug, you're going to Ormic, you won't have that problem.
Yeah.
Maybe a bowl in the back of the head.
Is that where he's going? Yeah, well, Ormic's the safest city in the Philippines.
Is it really? I didn't know that. But I tell you what, Southern Lady is gorgeous. I loved it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Ty Cromwell, you're right. He said, I heard stop believing the myth of all province girls are a good catch. You know.
Some are, some aren't.
Some are, some aren't. But a lot of guys, they want a province girl. I don't know why.
I enjoy mine. That's all I'm going to say. I enjoy mine.
because they're all going to change once you meet them anyway.
And Ty's right. Not all are.
I'm saying
people are all different.
They're all going to change. Listen to me, Ty.
I agree with
when
that.
you meet them anyway, I don't care if they're from the province or the city. When you start treating them good, spoiling them, taking them places, they're going to change.
Them.
Okay?
I agree with that.
I mean, I don't care. Has your girlfriend changed, John?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And she admits it. Her and one of her friends, Jennifer, from the mountains, they were laughing the other day and said, come on up. I can offer you some food and some coffee. We couldn't do that before, could we?
No, Doug Carr said the Sunshine, I meant hit, not shot.
Hit with a 32.
Yeah, it hurt.
But still.
That was still hurt.
Yeah, still.
Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, okay. Philip Rogers says 187. Wow. But see, that's about right, Phil. 44%. That's probably all my subscribers hit the like button. The other one
only got 187?
Like. Thumbs up.
Please.
It's because that's the other is the 44%.
They still give a thumbs up. They don't have to subscribe.
But they don't want to support me, John.
Well,
maybe I'll go over their favorite YouTuber. They don't want me to do that. Oh yeah. Sean Daz. He said, "Guy, you can't be flashing in the Philippines. That's not a good idea." Right? I wouldn't.
I agree, but as a foreigner, you're flashy. But I wouldn't put on no big wads of money.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear a nice jewelry, even though now if you go to certain places, the Filipino he can wear nice jewelry and stuff. I wouldn't if I were you as a foreigner.
I wouldn't.
Because the guy we get our fish from, he's got some beautiful jewelry. And I'm thinking to myself, why in the world does he wear all this nice jewelry? And he's opening up fish all day. I mean, nice looking 18 karat jewelry. Jay said they probably hit you in the head with a coconut. But I tell you, it kills a lot of people over here, that coconut. Damn near killed me.
Really?
I was in Miagal, Iloilo. Yeah, I'm sitting about as close to a lady as you. Matter of fact, she was a lady in her 90s. She was 92. It was her birthday. And don't you know she wanted to come and see a black man for the first time. She came and sat next to me where you are, John, except she was on this side. She was looking at me real close and up and down and started laughing and smiling, right?
You gotta admit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. She got up, walked back right across the street like that house is right there. The minute she got there, this coconut come crashing
where
down.
She was.
Because I was getting ready to scoot over. It would have killed me.
What did you have in mind? That's funny.
Okay, rounded down. He said, Calvin, the perception is fair or not, they're less westernized. And you may have something to that because
some are,
45% of Filipino adults have access to the internet. It goes down to 34% when you go to the province. So that could be true. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Ty. He said, Calvin, John, you guys think your Filipinos could ever be with a Filipino after being with you guys in the lifestyle?
I doubt it.
It's going to be tough. I've seen it, though, when I was in Zamboanga. The lady I used to buy, the only calendaria that I would buy from ever in the Philippines, because I'd get there when the food was hot. She told me what then. She used to date a foreigner.
Okay.
It didn't work out, and she went back, got married to a Filipino.
Really?
Yeah. It's the only time I've ever seen that. But I know it happens.
But I mean, you got to look at both. My wife, his girlfriend, they're used to being with guys that have a couple $1,000 a month to spend. Well, after we're gone, you want somebody has $500 a month? I mean, it's hard.
Yeah. Philip Rogers, this is true. He said, I don't care really whether they come from the province or the city. Hello. He says, just stay away from bar girls and streetwalkers.
I agree.
So
I agree.
See, y'all don't understand. A lot of them women, the most beautiful women, John, are in the bars.
I've heard that, but I have not went to those places. So
physically,
I don't know. Well, I believe
beautiful.
That. Well, I mean, if you want to get the business.
That's right. And that's what they do, guys. And a lot of them is from the province. They go there and get them. Most of the women you see in Manila is from Samar, a lot of them. One of the poorest areas in the Philippines.
Probably 90% of our girls are from the province.
Samar. Look it up. It's really, really poor. But they're beautiful. and they go there because a lot of times that's their only job.
Well, they're probably supporting their whole families with that.
But yeah, if you want a 10, she's in the bar. That's just how it is. Jason Will said 44% is really high for a subscriber rate. It's normal for all YouTubers, okay, to have low subscriber rate. Always views only matter. Yeah, you're right. I know that. I didn't know, Jason. See, I'm still green on this. It's only 14 months I've been doing this. It just kind of shocked me, but
that shocks me.
As long as they're watching, I don't care because YouTube rewards you on views, not subscribers. Some people have a lot of subscribers with very few views. Look at Roger and Esmeralda across the street. They've got over 11,000 subscribers, but some of their videos get 100, 90, 60 views because.
Well, where did they get all the subscribers from?
I don't know.
I see Lynn San Diego's on here.
Yeah.
Lynn, I'll answer your email. Yes, I sent you the video. Well, I sent you the video.
Samar, she's saying.
Now, Mike.
Now this is a good question. He said, can you guys go back to a Western woman? No, I can't. Not after dating a Filipino. Not me.
I probably could if I had to.
Not me.
I'm happy with
what I want to. Anything's possible. I can do anything really if I put my mind to it.
Any port in a storm.
Do I want to? No, absolutely. And that's a fact. Hey, Robert Dame, he says you need to leave the live chat in order to give the thumbs up. No, okay, then come back in the comments. I didn't know.
Okay.
Philip Jones said that's true about the bar girls. Most of them Samar. I'm talking about. That's what Lynn told me. She said it's Samar and Lady. And in the bars, they're beautiful. Yeah.
Lady is
if
very
remote.
If
you want a 10, that's where they are, guys.
Lady is very remote.
And there's a reason for it.
Ty, I wish Lynn would be on the panel. She's shy, though.
Yeah. Eves Gabrielle. He says, glad to see you two still giving the real truth. Love this channel. Hit the like button, guys.
You won't get any lies from me.
Lynn San Diego 1-2 says everyone looks good after a few drinks, especially in a dark bar. Yeah.
I usually don't, but.
Yeah. Cliff says I couldn't go back to Western. I couldn't. It's just I couldn't. Because I don't beg anymore. I forgot how to beg, John. That's crazy. I forgot how to beg. He says, my Filipinos from a small village in Lady. John knows a little bit about that.
I tell you what, I loved it. Would I want to live there forever? Maybe not, but I loved it. I'm not going to say that. I might get in trouble.
Caveman said, just a thought. Problems girls you may have trouble with, the things they can cook. Do you want one that's been married to Manila or some of the big cities in the Philippines?
As far as the cooking goes, they are more than willing to learn.
Okay, Steele says, I've seen them divorce their foreigner in America. Yeah, then immigrate their boyfriend.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I heard it.
Yeah. That's happened before.
I've heard that.
But now I don't see it a lot. Now, there was in our little circle, because when you are with a Filipina and you bring her to America, you're going to belong to a circle of Filipina foreigner couples. I mean, it's just how it is. She got with that clique because the guy was a black guy she was married to. He wasn't doing as he was doing good. Now, remember, anything from where she was coming from is a come up in America.
If you're sleeping on a bamboo mat and you get a bed, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, he had a house. He had some, but it wasn't the people she was hanging around with. John, they was married to
mansions.
Doctors and different business owners. This is where I get that. Don't bring your woman to the Philippines.
I agree with that.
This is true stuff. And so when she went back to his house, it wasn't good enough. So now she's back in the Philippines, and she's, believe it or not, you're not going to believe it, living in Pagadian in a little bitty kubo up in the province.
I believe it.
With no running water, no
electricity.
With a Filipino man. this is what I'm telling you. They will struggle with a Filipino man. Maybe she, they wasn't in love to begin with.
Well, we've talked about this before. If you have a Filipino here in the Philippines, she goes up to almost superstar status. Or you take her to the U.S., she's just like everybody else.
Oh, okay. Ron Bizzle says, team, if you're watching from your TV, you have a light if you scroll up and arrow to the right. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Daryl Foreman said pork rinds, artery cloggers. Hell, everything I was eating in America was artery cloggers.
A lot of things here. If you eat lechon and the...
I mean, that beef is really not good for you either.
That's right.
Is it?
No.
I mean, I don't know what's even good for me anymore. I know macaroni and cheese is not. Quiet Storms Marine says, I can't go back to a Western woman after dating a Korean, Chinese, and Vietnamese, working my way up to the best.
A Filipino. Yeah. I agree with that.
Hey, thanks, Tad Cromwell. He said, Johnny, thanks for the super chat. He said, Johnny Calvin, if you spoke Tagalog or whatever the local dialect is, do you think your experience would be even better there?
I think it would. Even a few phrases like good morning, good afternoon, good evening, they love it. You got to know they love it. He says
if you spoke it like fluently.
Yeah, I think it'd be even better.
His thing is it would. I don't, because I don't like to hear the negative. There's a lot of good that comes from not being able to understand people. Somebody can talk about you and you wouldn't even know it. Why would I want to know that? What the less I know, the better off I am sometimes. Nobody here is going to plot to kill me, because some guys say, well, what if they're plotting to kill you? That's not going to happen here. I got my girlfriend there with me. Okay. But a lot of the negative stuff as I get older, man, the less I hear of that stuff, you got to control your thoughts like Fort Knox from what I was heard. You got to control what goes in here, man.
I have a little different opinion. I would like to be able to talk more, because I found out Filipinos really have a good sense of humor. I laugh and joke with them. I mean, I wish I could.
But you'll never know their culture over here.
Oh, I agree with that.
I don't care how much you can speak.
I agree with that.
And they'll never know ours. It's just something I don't want to hear the nonsense. Like she said, I don't want to hear it. Curtis Eugene Thomas said when you brought Betty's thirsty guy.
The opposite of what we are treated like here. Yes,
that's right.
I agree. Because I'm serious. A 5 here is an 8 there.
Because it's different. It's the same with us. We're different.
Yes.
That's the only reason you get the rock star treatment, because you're different.
Yes.
You're something new. You're something fresh. They never seen you before. And a lot of times it's just they're being nice, man. You can't look. Sometimes we look too much into the Filipinos being nice and thinking it's something else. A lot of times they're just being nice.
I mean, but I get told I'm good looking. I never heard that in the U.S., I'll tell you that. Even if it's not true, I like it.
China says, Zolda Vulcan. Welcome back, China. We haven't seen him in a while.
I know. He's a good man.
Why do Filipinos get tattoos? I think now it's a fad.
There's not that many that got them, though.
Right now it's a fad.
It's not like U.S.
It used to be when I first started coming over in 2009.
You never saw any.
If you saw a woman with a Filipino, she was either worked in a bar,
something
you
wrong.
could say a lot. And now they all have them.
I don't know about all, but a lot do.
Well, I mean, a lot of them.
To me, a tattoo on a Filipino woman's a red flag. Sorry.
Michael Dorsenville says, once you go Filipino, you never go back.
That's what I hear. That's because once you go Filipino, you can't go back.
Just say salamat, John.
I do. I say salamat every day.
Is the U.S. still running joint exercise? Absolutely. Yeah. I forgot what they call that. VFA or something.
Yeah, something like that. I love this one. Oh, no.
Yeah, Big D says here in the Philippines, you're living by the laws of the jungle. Remember that. Yeah, and that's a great point. He made a point the other day. I wish he would have elaborated on it, but he didn't. He says, as a foreigner, we give up a lot to live over here. And I would have liked to heard some of the stuff that he's, given up. just so that we
I'd
can
like
talk
to hear
about,
it. Yeah.
Well,
get him
what
on the
he
panel,
thinks.
maybe Big D, send him your email. Maybe get on the panel. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like tattoos. It just depends. You get maybe a small butterfly here or something. I don't know. I've never dated a woman with a tattoo.
I have many times, but I've had a lot of girlfriends, but no Filipino girlfriends that had them. I always like the one on the thigh that says "slippery when wet."
Ismail Marsh says Philippines is the first country I've
Chicken
seen
Joy.
Chicken vendors. No, chicken vendors. The
Wait.
ones out on the corner.
Yeah, but they sell fried chicken. They call it Chicken Joy. I never figured out what the joy came from.
Yeah, fried chicken vendors. Yeah, but there's some crazy looking pieces of
I
chicken.
want to eat it.
I know that. What I don't like is the oil that they fried in. You don't know how old that oil is.
I guarantee you it's not new.
Yeah.
Where'd it come from? Probably used when they got it.
Okay, Rue has a tattoo
That's cool.
in honor of her son.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like I said, when I came over there, you very solid. I mean, you very seldom saw it. If you did, it was something, like you said, John, it was a red flag.
To me.
Like when she worked in a bar.
I made a joke and somebody actually got it. I love it.
He said a large percentage of girls that he and I love have tattoos. Now seems like it's all the rage, maybe a good business. What does a tattoo cost her? It doesn't cost much. I would say maybe $10, but that's a lot of money.
Yes, if that's what you make in one day's wages.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is the way I look at a lot of it. The hunter says a tat won't stop me from being happy. Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. We saw a girl at McDonald's, 2 weeks ago? She was very good looking, but she had a tattoo.
Okay, a play on words, John. Chick, enjoy.
Maybe. Like I say, I see Chicken Joy on everything. If you go to Jollibee, what do they call it? Chicken Joy.
Yeah, I guess you're just happy to have a damn piece of chicken and you eating rice all day.
I guess.
Mr. Chip said, yeah, everyone I met that had a tattoo, I threw back.
I mean, that's a personal thing. I would, but that's me.
Some people, it's just,
what you want, yeah.
Whatever you like. Oh, okay. He said, Doug Carter, it's fine. She wanted something to keep.
And that's fine.
With her, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
See, it's just something, man. I don't know if I can get over that. They lost a son.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Thank God I've never had to go through that. I don't want to.
Oh, wow. Malcolm McNielsen said, Calvin, I'm thinking about going to Cancun next month for the first time.
Be careful.
Make sure you eat. Man, they got great food in Cancun. Man. I love Mexican food, especially the seafood. I would go to Playa del Carmen, too. I would take that little trip. It's not that far from there, maybe 40 minutes or something like that. But, yeah, the beaches, I stayed right on the beach. My hotel was right on the white sand beach. I had a great time, man. I'll tell you what's cheap there. You can get good if you like cologne. I love cologne. But, yeah. And also, the women were cheap there when I went. I went in 2009.
I went in 2000. I enjoyed it. I had a brother that would go there every couple of years for vacation. Last time he was there, they were having a gang war over the drug turf. So be careful. Look it up. Probably okay now.
But a lot of those places like Cancun probably protected because of the.
They found a dead tourist on the beach that was rough. That's been about 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, hell, you want to talk about that? Hell, why is everybody going to Thailand?
I know, with the suicides there.
Well, no,
that's what they call them. That's what they call them.
Yeah. But remember, you can be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Anywhere.
What can you do about that?
I agree.
It's they
can.
don't have anything to protect you against that.
I agree.
That's why I'm never out after dark. I don't care where I am, even at home, I'm never out after dark. It lessens my chances, really. Big D says, I will give you a good example. I can walk in any public hospital in the U.S.
Yes.
When an emergency and they will take care of me. Where can you do that in the Philippines without money with you?
I don't think you can you?
No, you can't.
So
they're going to ask for a deposit.
Well, I mean, he has a good point.
But you got to understand it's not like it's going to break the bank either.
That's right here. But in the U.S., they only give you the minimum service. If you don't have insurance, you just get the minimum to stay alive, and they sing you off.
Well, just keep me alive, hell. That's all I want. But remember, guys, we're not into America.
That's right.
But there's some things so what is it about the Philippines that keeps you here, Big D? Give me an example of that.
We need to get him on the panel.
Because I want to hear that. There's always two sides to the story. Oh, man, all you got to do is look up,
David Carradine.
Foreigners dying in Thailand.
David Carradine.
A bunch. And you'll be shocked because it shocked me. I had no idea. I mean, so many. Okay, I was looking at it today. In Australia, this is just Australians because it's very popular with Australians, British.
Well, it's not that far for Australians, so it should be.
Well, from July 2014 to June 2015, 139 Australians in 1 year died over there, John.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, is this a misprint? No.
Wow.
They want to know what was going on because
they should.
Because the one thing about the knock on the Thai police is they don't really investigate enough. That's why you said they call a lot of it suicides, but 139, they would stop you from coming.
And that's just Australians. They don't count the rest of them. Wow.
I told you how many in a 2-year period from 2014 to 2016, 1,100 British died over there. Now, they wasn't killed. A lot of them was in car accidents and different things like that. But hell, that's a lot of damn people.
Well, that's a lot more foreigners that die here.
Yeah, but you got to realize
that we know
40 million over there.
Versus what? 2 million
8
here?
million.
8 million? Do you retired 2019? John, Calvin and John, do you live close to the bank? Yes. Yeah. I can walk to it in 10 minutes. You can, if you wanted to walk 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
Now, that's something I don't see Frank Tate on here. He was talking about having a hard time opening an account. We both have PNB, and I see Pumpkin Joe has the same thing. All you have to show is your driver's license and your passport. You can open an account. It's not that big of a deal.
But once you get a certain amount in there, they're going to want to know, well, where are you getting your money from? Did you have to fill out the W-9?
I didn't.
I did.
Well, I've only ever sent myself $2,500 once a month. So
no, but it's part of me opening up. Yeah, I had to fill out a W-9. Lynn saying 102 says, I saw a news investigation on that. Cops label a lot of deaths accidental. Yeah.
Where's that Thailand?
Thailand. So many deaths over there, guys. Now, Finding Nemo says Colombia safe. Where I went to Cartagena, Colombia. But of course, I was only there a week, so
I saw a
vlog. I never felt unsafe.
I saw a vlogger that was in Medellin. Is that how you pronounce it? His video was another 2 Americans got killed here. So I don't know. I'd have to do some research. I've never been there, so I don't know.
The one guy over there, that one black guy that got killed.
Yeah,
man, he was doing a whole lot.
He was buying a place or something.
Yeah, $250,000.
That's a lot of money to me. Where do you get all that?
I mean, here's Marlo North. Where's Marlo North? Okay. Cal, have you known via body language if folks were speaking about you in another language? But probably, over here, what Filipinos do to give themselves away, they'll start laughing.
Well, also, they talk with their eyes and point with their mouth.
They'll start laughing. But remember, this is one of the most welcoming places I've ever been. I feel welcome here. And
Oh, I do
remember,
too.
the less I know, the better off I am. I'm not looking for that. But a lot of times, they're talking when they start giggling and laughing. That's when you know they're
And when
talking.
I hear that, I usually call and say, it's funny, isn't it? We all laugh.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes, guys. We're going to try to get as much as we can. Brian Nichols said Kung Fu died in Thailand.
Yes, he did. They say a rope around the neck. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Philip Rogers said 2011, when I lived in the Philippines, if it got dark, I made sure a cab was picking me up from the door, whatever building I was in. Yeah.
Philip, I'll be honest with you. In San Carlos, I walk anytime I feel safe. Maybe I'm stupid. Lapu. I was out at 1 in the morning. I felt okay. Maybe I was just being stupid. I lived.
China said the Philippines believe they should be concubines of wives. No,
wives.
Yeah, they're just so religious over here. They're so conservative. I mean, in their own way. Are they perfect?
They want a good man.
No.
They want a good man.
Even though, they don't marry you, they want to be the only one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A lot of people said the hunter have no real experience in Thailand. Clearly, media got y'all spooked. Well, I definitely have never been there. I'm just telling you about what I read. I mean, these are story after story after story. These people are dead, by the way, the hunter. And this is true. He said, don't get pissy drunk. Don't start a fight with the Lord. Keep your respect. That's all you have to do for a great Thailand trip.
So,
and a lot of these deaths, the people, they were partying some kind of way.
So the only foreigner I know that got killed in San Carlos came from Clive. How long ago was that?
Well, he wasn't killed.
Oh, I thought he was.
Die. No, he almost died.
Hello.
Well, I already told you that
he was out drinking.
Getting drunk with the locals. He got to the point where he stopped banging. And they started arguing. They put him out.
He argued back.
They put him out. Okay, so instead of him going his own way and them going their own way, he circles around and starts yelling at the people. So guess what? They go off, get a gun, come back, shoot him in the side.
Oh, shit.
Damn near killed him. Malcolm McNificent said, would you compare the resort areas in the Philippines to Cancun? Now, the ones in Cancun, they're so nice.
Especially on
you got to realize, though, but Cancun is not that big. So you would have to compare it. If you compared it with Boracay, it's really no different.
I've never been to Boracay, but the all-inclusive resorts in Cancun are great.
Yeah, they're great.
All you can eat and drink 24/7.
So that would be the big deal. They're all inclusive in Cancun. And Cancun is just that little stretch of island, remember?
Cancun is not real Mexico. It was built as a resort town. They do not let locals in, except for to work.
But it's really, really nice, believe it or not, Malcolm Magnificent, this is where I had chosen to live. I was going to live in Mexico before I came over here.
Me too.
2 months before I came to the Philippines for the first time, I was in Cancun, Mexico. And I had such a great time. And then, let's see, that was 2009. 2007, I took my American wife to Playa del Carmen for a week. And that had sealed the deal for me. So, yeah, I mean, you'd have to go to the nicest resort areas in the Philippines to compare to what they have in Cancun.
But if you live in the real Mexico, I lived in Saltillo for 3 months. Philippines much nicer.
But the overall experience, I would have to give it to the Philippines, man.
They can speak English. I had a girlfriend. The only way we talked was through my phone with the translator.
I did that same thing before with a woman from Cuba.
That's a pain in the ass, isn't it?
Clifton Root says, I enjoyed my trips to Thailand. However, I was not there for the same reason I came to the Philippines. I think as much as people like to compare them, Cliff, they're two. It's like apples and oranges, I believe. You know,
I've never been
they
to
think
Thailand,
just
so.
because, you know, people who've been there, been to both of them, will tell you that Thai women don't even look like Filipinos, like we think they do.
Well, you know,
Someone who's never been
looking
there.
on the internet,
Yeah, but
the ones I see,
internet,
but
yeah.
I don't know if they've been surgically enhanced or what. Who had the heart surgery?
Bravo 29 says, hey, Calvin, the hotel you stayed in was handicap accessible. It was. They have the ramp in Mahawani.
Yes, they do.
And then you got the elevator.
But be honest with the guy, most of the Philippines is not handicapped.
Well, they have the ramp, but
once in a while, not every time.
When you go to like catch the bus, you know, the tricycles, obviously, the jeepneys, obviously,
and even the sidewalks.
It's got a lot. It has a lot to be desired.
Yes, it does.
But it's gotten better. The hotels and the malls are going to have the ramps, though.
Well, they have it down at City Mall. You're right. You can get in Gasana Mall.
Yeah. Now, and also by you being what they call a PWD.
Is that what they call it here?
A person with disabilities. That's what it's called. That's what that stands for. You get a lot of benefits here that you don't get in America. You get just as many discounts as you would as a senior citizen.
Well, I'll say with my old senior citizen card here, I can get a bunch, but I don't use it.
But yeah, you're going.
I don't want to go to jail.
But the way they handle that Bravo 29 is this: they're more apt to help you on the bus.
I agree with that.
See, when you
pull
up, when the bus pulls up and they see you in a wheelchair, they're going to help you in your wheelchair on that bus.
Well, even as being a senior like I am, I have people give me chairs to sit down if my wife's in the public market and stuff like that.
Well, actually, not rapid, but they're in like a bubble right now, China. Finding Nemo says, I wouldn't wear a bunch of jewelry out anywhere. It's like a fishing lure to crook you.
I wouldn't even do it in the U.S.
Especially not here. I definitely wouldn't do it. Rob Dame says, in Nicaragua, you can walk into the ER as a foreign visitor and get good care, immediate care, and don't quote me on it, but I believe it's covered just like a Nicaraguan's national.
Maybe, I don't know.
Now, if you go, now, Big D was talking about going into a city hospital, right? If you've been here for 59 consecutive days, you get your ACR card, you can apply for
Phil
Health, and they're going to accept that in the public hospital. So if you go into emergency room with that Phil Health, they're going to take that. Now, if you're going to see a doctor, the doctor fee is separate. When Booby went to the hospital,
but it's not going to be that much.
No, but you got to pay it. Like when Booby was in the hospital, remember?
I was going to ask you about that. So she was in there for what, 4 days?
4 days, but
the
only thing that we really had to pay for was the doctor fee.
Really?
4,000 pesos.
So
because her Phil Health covered everything else.
So you had a child that went into the hospital for 4 days and only paid $80. That's pretty darn good to me.
But she had insurance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember,
that's
guys,
pretty good.
if you're going to send money over here to a woman and take care of her, make sure she got that Phil Health. Even if you have to pay the back pay for it.
Which is not much.
It's 900 pesos a quarter is what I pay for her insurance. It covers her and all her kids.
So $18 times 4 for a year.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Now, it covers a little bit more than my policy, but at least it covers it. Hey, Franz.
Thank you, buddy.
Pasio Jr., thanks for the super chat. He said, what's up, Calvin John? How's the situation now about employees at the airport?
I've never had no problem with it.
In the people's luggage and trying to hustle them for money. Yeah, the authority clamped down on that.
I've heard from other expats that have been here for like 20 and 25 years. They've said that since Doherty took over, a lot of things have changed like that. That's what I've been told. I wasn't here.
Well, he finally put his foot down on that. They don't do a whole lot of that anymore. And a lot of times that was when you were leaving.
Oh, really?
Not when you were coming.
Okay.
Because of course, okay, your flight is in 2 hours, and they get you back there in that green
what are you gonna
room. They're really just wanting money. You're thinking, man, I'm gonna miss my flight. I better go and give him 5,000 pesos. That's nothing.
I gotcha.
They don't get you coming in here doing that.
Actually, I would say if I ever ran into that situation, I'd go ahead and call them and say, okay, put me in jail and see what happened. I might end up in jail and not like it, but that's what I would do.
Quiet Storms Marine says, have you or John ever lived? I've never been to Puerto Rico.
My brother's living there now. He's been there for about 2 months.
He said you,
he likes
John.
it.
He said you.
Not me.
Unless you want to put your brother on the panel.
Oh,
let him talk
to
about
him.
it.
Let him talk about it.
Philip. No, I didn't stop back in 2012, Philip. They were still doing it when I was here. I came here in 2018. They were still doing it a lot. Marlon Oak said Cartagena is cool, but a bit more expensive. Yeah, than the Philippines, obviously, but still cheaper than the United States. And remember, I went from Rio to Cartagena, and man, I'm telling you, man, the women there, they're just, it's a sight for sore eyes. I'll tell you that. Tita Cha said, Calvin John, if you don't give me a shout out, I'm going to hard butt with my lawyer.
Tito, shout out.
Tito Cha. Yeah, I hear you, Cal. Rule number 1. But I'm gonna tell you something. The most beautiful women, man, that I've ever seen in my life. They're in Rio and they're in Colombia. They're in South America. That's just me, guys.
There's a lot of them here.
There's a lot of them here, but man, I'm talking about, man, you go over there, John. You never been there.
I've never been there.
Where do you think the G-string bikini, the G-string rather, and the fishnet bikini and all that was invented over there? And I mean, they don't have a problem with their bodies like we do in America, or like they do over here. You see,
they are very shy here.
Yeah, I mean, they just, it's just something you have to see for yourself.
But I gotta say, once again, once you get them started here, be careful what you want.
Poopa said, because of you fellow baby boomers, John and Calvin, I got my back seen. My back seen.
I see that.
Yeah, I'm fully vaccinated. She'll be fully vaccinated Wednesday. Because, it was just something that you got to do it. If you're going to be with me, I'm sorry.
Well, and me and Calvin, actually, we tried to get it. We wanted to get it. At least I did. And I think you did too.
Yeah, that's when I got it.
Yeah, we wanted to get it.
When this Delta thing kicked up, I said, look, you got to get me. And then I said, I'm not going to be laying in the bed with you and I'm vaccinated and you're not. So she did it.
Kazakhstan, maybe I've never been there. I have a youngest brother that's been there.
But yeah, guys, we want to thank y'all so much.
Thank you very much,
for
gentlemen.
your super stickers, your super chats, your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders, Moonshine Shoulders.
Please give us 400.
John will get his channel someday.
I doubt
it's easier just coming on here with me. That's why he won't do it.
And I don't have enough content. Calvin said it a month ago. He goes, you probably wouldn't have enough content.
No, I didn't say you wouldn't. I said I'd be interested to see.
I have a hard time coming up for once a week.
But
really.
you could do live streams all the time. Hey, Tim Oak Sr., thanks for the super chat. He said, no, Cal. And
that's him.
I'm retired. No, he said, well,
11 years ago.
I am retired. I'm 60. I had bypass surgery 11 years ago. I think my dreams are being destroyed because of it. I watch all your videos. Thank you, Tim Oaks Sr. And, man, we send our condolences, brother. I hope everything's okay.
11 years ago, he's still alive. It should be okay.
But he says, I think my dreams are being destroyed because of it.
Oh, because of your heart. Oh, I hate to hear that.
John, how long did you have yours?
When I was 34, I'm 62 now. I had a major heart attack, had angioplasty. So, yeah, I feel you there. Luckily, I was young. Hey, I like Doug Carter. You see how many likes you got on your live stream with no live stream? He got a super chat on the live stream with no live stream. I thought it was great. I loved it. I loved it. We talked for about an hour and a half. We had a good time.
Yeah. Ron Business said, "Buck for president."
Oh my God! Wouldn't that be something? I'd vote for him.
Hey,
I'd shake it up
for life. He said, "Thanks for the show, Calvin John. Take care."
Thank you, Beach Life.
in chat. Yeah. Thanks to everybody, because I haven't eaten yet. I ate 2 toasts today, so she's probably made some chicken soup or something in there.
I drank a bottle of wine. Does that count?
Oh, okay. Philip Cooper says, Philip Rogers said, "Tim, just keep working and strengthen yourself. You can do it."
I think so too. Or maybe even go back and have them check you again. Maybe you had some arteries clogged back up.
Okay, doctor services over there. I really want to stay there, but scared about medical. Well, stay around the expat alley, Tim, like Manila, Metro Manila, Angeles City, Cebu, Dumaguete, Davao, Bacolod, Ilo. You're going to have good health care. And just make sure you got good insurance.
I'll give you the real nitty gritty. I have not been impressed with the doctors I've had here in San Carlos. I'll be honest with you. I've been kind of disappointed.
But like I said, stay around the expat alley. How many doctors have you seen, John?
I've seen 2, and one of them definitely, in my opinion, is Joe. Now, that's one of the reasons my wife wants to get me closer to Dumaguete because of that.
Yeah, because they've got the doctor's hospital there that's...
I mean, Bacolod, I think, would be okay.
That's pretty
but here,
good. Yeah. Okay, Early Cooler. He says, but yeah, guys, we got to go help somebody today.
Thank you.
Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.